Interesting.
That's so
That's
funny.
yeah, that's so weird.
Well, I don't think.
No, that
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
because like usually just the theme song is what's it like is the bare minimum bar for popularity. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I need to just make a video essay. Maybe this is the start. Like, I'm gonna talk about this show because
Yeah,
no one
this is
else
the one.
will. I'd have to watch it again. Maybe I'll come. Maybe after the stream, I'll throw on the first couple episodes just to see what happens.
Let's see what happens if all of our brains blow up.
The first episode's not
Rip.
the worst. Anyway, yeah, we should start the stream. Sorry to get sidetracked on this.
Oh, no,
You're
never mind. Who
fired.
cares about
Hello,
Lyoko?
everyone.
I'm now a Linkers fan. Matter of fact,
Yes.
hang on a second.
The Linker secret codes meme lord.
Damn it.
The Linker's secret meme lord.
Yes.
The secret Linker's meme lord.
God.
Linker secret Lyoko meme lord.
What happened?
I don't think.
God.
Oh, I did
Discord
it.
lets you have
Hold
that
on.
many letters.
That's weird. It
It
doesn't
doesn't.
show it on the voice chat, but it shows it.
What are you talking about?
I probably fucked up. What did I do?
Maybe you just didn't hit save when you changed the nickname.
I did. Oh no, crap!
Oh, right.
I edited user profile
Oh, my
instead
God.
of
Nice. That doesn't show up on. No. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why it would.
Okay, let's try again. All right, there we go. If anyone knows that became the Winkers meme war in other servers, that's really embarrassing.
No, we shouldn't be talking about it anymore. Now we gotta save it for later. We can't do it.
Later.
Yeah, we're straight. We're live now, but we're not. We haven't started yet. But just a heads up. We're live.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I'm just posting the links now.
Oh man, I can't talk about all those crimes that we committed. Damn.
Wait, what did I just say? Be quiet.
Our biggest crime is watching
Oh
Korea.
no.
I know
Oh,
the
no.
biggest crime watching Lyoko and talking about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my god. I'm probably clipping that. Okay, so
if Jory isn't here to be sus, I will be the one.
yeah.
God.
All right, so I guess this is it. So I guess we'll now
I'm
we need
working on the
the
randomization list right now.
Okay.
I got
no problem.
Randomization.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, man, we might have to start these streams an hour later. Go back to 5 Eastern.
What episode are we talking about? Oh, Temporary Insanity. That's right.
Yeah, that's the only one I was able to watch.
Yeah.
I watched Temporary Insanity up to part of Triple Trouble, like the start of it.
I
I don't
mean,
remember even getting to Triple Trouble today.
temporary insanity is S. I mean, do we even have
I
to
thought you were gonna
discuss
say
this?
ass.
I want to discuss
Do we-
it a little
do we
bit.
even
I
have to
agree with
discuss
this.
Yes, we have to. We had to tell why. Because someone might disagree
That's
with
the
us,
stream.
and we need to convert them.
Flower's just gonna be
Well,
the
someone disagreed.
contrarian here on purpose.
If someone disagrees that temporary insanity is S tier, then we get them. Plain and simple.
There There we
Well,
go.
I don't think it's that
Yeah.
good, but you can't get me.
Oh, you have to catch me.
Yes! Let's go!
Oh, well,
Dude, I was thinking this earlier, like, I think I might be first this time after making some
Oh, dang,
notes,
okay.
watching the episode. Only episode I watched, was able to watch. Never got so excited for being first before.
Flower, you picked it.
I'm chilling.
Anyway, in my own.
did
live
No,
stream,
no,
I'm
no.
first.
It's only rigged when she's first. that
I
first.
like going first.
No, yeah, I think the
Maybe-
first time that you. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you don't like
The-
go first? I'll switch.
No, I'm not switching.
I was
I'm
talking
first.
to you, Flower.
I know, but
Alright.
Oh, yeah, right,
I'll be
you-
sixth. I'll be sixth. Fine, whatever.
oh wait, Mumbo might be coming in.
Wait,
She-
I
what am I
already
going?
randomized, so Momo,
Yeah.
Momo will be last.
Just helping.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have to. What was I gonna say?
Nice.
Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
But
Oh yeah, I remember the first time. Sorry.
I'm like, who's talking?
Sorry, go ahead.
we're all excited.
I know. It's, oh.
What you gonna say something or?
Yeah. Well, I'll say like
Okay.
I'll say real quick that the first time that I almost called you Laura, that Flower it's been a while since I did that. Started doing the randomizers. She came like first, like the first two times were like okay, sure.
I forgot. I didn't remember that.
Yeah. That was funny.
I do. I don't really like going first though.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to speak my feelings about a show when I don't have to do it.
Yeah, you went
and
first
I
last
have-
week.
Yes, I did.
If I'm mistaken.
I'm
Yeah.
a slave to the randomizer much as everyone else is, even so, like, I could just hit random again until I'm not first, but I don't want to do that. It feels not genuine.
Feels more disingenuous
Yes.
than just ending up being first.
Hey, now both of you can't be number one, all right?
I mean,
Mm.
it's because I'm number one. We don't need to have this debate, obviously.
Here, I'll change Dylan's name.
Training at number
Oh,
99.
Actually,
Double zero.
Oh wait,
That's a good idea.
yeah, here we go. What number? Four. Dylan, you want me to keep your name at Dylan or Gamebird?
Just reduce it to Game Bird.
Yeah,
If you are, if
I
you
got
so
you.
insist.
boom. Yeah, that's that where it works. That actually helps a lot because the name gets your full name gets cut off. Okay. I think we're good. I'm just reading Momo's message. I guess I guess we can read Momo's message when we. Should we do it now first, or
We can if we want to.
just kind of get yeah?
I'm still putting her at the end of the ranks just
Yeah.
because it would be awkward otherwise.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So I guess welcome back, Boss. The only crime here is having tidal wave not in S. You're right. I'm sorry.
Wait,
I think we're gonna have to get Boss too. I think we're gonna have to-
Boss, lock your doors, but it won't help you.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I can
Food
paint
monster
the
best
walls
attack.
like Ulrich in episode.
oh shit, that's right. I wasn't here to make sure Tidal Wave was properly an S rank.
Oh, and then
Damn.
nobody in particular.
Well,
Fuck.
there.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, that was the last stream before we took a break.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was the Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving. It's crazy.
Oh,
Boss says, "I'll take you all."
All right.
All right, it's a showdown. It's
Let's
gonna be
go.
a 6v1. Let's go.
I'm a referee. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm saying that.
No, you're fighting with us. Okay, so real quick, Momo, she ranks this an S. This is her second favorite episode of the entire series. I adore theater as a theater kid, and having them do and talk about a real play is stunning. I also love how iconic Oric is in this episode, as he literally hurls himself at a police car. I also love how we get a canon feeling for being hit with a laser, that being stung by a beer bug. This episode I just really enjoy watching over and over, as I feel is one of the most creative attacks on Xana's side. 10 out of 10. Yeah. And okay, we'll begin. I will start. I have some notes here, just some funny like lines and stuff that in moments that I think.
446, huh?
Oh
wait, that's my time. All right, never mind.
So the episode starts out. I hate that this sounds like I'm gonna do a whole description, but I'm not.
All right, guys.
Literally, the scene. It takes about 2 minutes, but like it starts out with Yumi dodging mantas. She falls. Odd saves her, and then she gets shot. So she's the first one to virtualize. That's how this episode starts. Already on a great start.
Yeah, it reminds me of the tweet that someone made. I don't. Where is it at though? I need to link it.
Oh man,
made
someone
the one getting
tweeted this
shot?
like yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't believe. Hold on. I don't believe it. I'm about to be eaten by a mountain of food and I'm starving to death. Does it save it? Yeah. Okay, so
Save it.
and then you have the iconic Nicholas line in this episode. We want our money back. We want our money back. Wait, Wazy, can you do that for us?
I was
real quick?
Oh yeah. We want a money back. We want a money back.
Thank you. Thanks for blessing us with that.
Yeah.
Jim, I love Jim's response though. He's like, "We would have to give you. How would we give you money if it's a free show? We would have to give you nothing. Which, if you ask me, is too much." I thought that was like, damn.
Jim with the
Nicholas-
brutality.
I'm just trolling.
Yeah, Nicholas is just like, just stuttering. Delmas also tries to like roast Chardon, and fails at it. Like, I don't know exactly like why all of a sudden he's just like, so what's the reason? Is it gonna be a? I can't remember the exact
I don't
like.
think he was roasting. I think he was just asking, "Hey, like, what made you choose this play out of genuine?"
But his his
Yeah.
tone was so like, calm down, Delmas. And then
No, it's Chardon
Then
that wrote Dalmas. Yeah. Because
but it sounded like,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it sounded like Delmas was trying to do, like, with his tone, it sounded like he was trying to do something like that. And then Chardon's like, money problems. Delmas is just like, okay. It's just
part
shut
of me really wants to believe
Yes.
that there was like some like staff writer was just venting about like Lyoko's production.
I love that. Yes. Oh my god. Dude, that's so
Why
good.
are we using this? What made it right this way? Lack of money.
Dude,
We needed
oh
to
my-
write- we could reuse
Yeah.
these assets because
Canon.
we don't have the money for production.
That's canon. I love it so much.
Kind of like Koyoko in general.
That is Bobobo.
That's really meta.
Dude, Bobobo does so much meta like that. It's great. And honestly, I love that. I'm gonna make that canon now.
It's been so long since I've watched Bo.
Yeah, I just watched it fully for the first time. Not probably my first and last time. It's a trip.
Yeah, it is a trip.
Yeah, I just watched it when I was younger. I had to rewatch it fully one time, and it was the narrator, the writing is so meta, and it's honestly so funny. But back to Kolyokaru. So the play. So this is the play part. This is when they start to actually before that I'm curious on if like any time two mantas just come together, it just automatically that's what's gonna happen if they because that's the only time we see two mantas come together and shoot.
I think this was very specific.
Yeah.
ones that then-
Because I feel like
Same.
any time they can do that, but okay.
It's possible that whatever Xana had in mind was too complicated for one manta, so he had to put it in two.
Yeah.
And they had to like share it to do the thing.
But do you think they can do that any time though? Like they can just do that again?
I don't think.
Probably.
I mean, we don't
not.
have okay, because we haven't. It's never. I don't think
It's
it's been
also
done.
possible it was two mantas just because it's like, oh, there's two people and he needed two mantas, one for Ulrich and one for Odd.
Yeah. Okay.
Possible there were also mantas ready for Yumi or Alita, but it just didn't work out that way.
Hmm. Okay, so yeah, the play, you kind of slowly have them, losing it. They're like in mid line, and then all of a sudden, I was just like, with some laser arrows, and or there's like, they need more laser arrows. I think what part that got me was Oryx jumping off the stage, and then Odd is on the ground already, and he's like, "Oryx, hurry, I'm hit." And Chardon instantly, they're kind of hovering over him, like standing up while he's on the ground. He's just like, "Hurry, Oryx, I'm hit." And Chardon's like, "Bravo." And then you get the Odd calling Jim a block. Block? You're the blockhead. And you get the nice line from Delmas. I guess this is what happened when you spend hours of watching cartoons and playing video games. It's typical adult response.
Well, if this is a cartoon, then Lego.
Yeah. We got the nurse scenes. I think. No, they didn't possess the nurse. I thought that was gonna happen in this episode when I was watching it, because I had a note if. Yeah, I think that didn't that already happen though?
It's happened, I think.
Already before
at
this.
least once. It
Yeah.
happened when in Common Interest, I think.
Yeah. So
No, it didn't happen.
it's bothering me, but it was before this episode.
Yeah, there's an episode where the nurse gets possessed and they have to fight
Yeah.
her, but-
I just
No,
think
it's common interest.
it is.
Is it
Like,
Common Interest?
it's common interest, yes.
Huh.
Like, he's
That's
possessing
it.
Peter Duncan in that episode.
No, yeah, sorry, boss is right. It's contact.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that.
Yeah, okay.
It is
Yeah.
Duncan.
Okay,
Yeah,
because so.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was like, because I had a note just in case it did happen, because like the nurse, like Oric tries to attack her because he thinks she's a monster, a crab or something, and she like puts him in a hold, and she's like, sorry, but I'm a 10th Dan in Aikido, and I thought that was interesting. I was like, well, Xana probably heard that. I was like, bet. But I guess that doesn't happen.
Dana already knows.
Yeah, I guess he already knew because he did it.
Yeah.
And you get a TV cameo. I thought TV had a cameo in a different episode, but this is the one. This is when Oric lunges himself towards a car. He's like, "No worry, I got this." And then the car has to pull. The car has to make a sharp turn, and then TV is there all of a sudden and goes up to that car. He's like, "How do you feel? How do you feel about being on the evening news?"
He says that to like a couple of cops too. like,
Wasn't
how
TV in Cold War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't believe they brought him back then.
Yeah, it's just a quick cameo. I mean, even Vincent has a cameo. Later on.
Remember, we use the assets, because lack of money.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a really good throwback. So.
Yeah.
Good reinforcing of the world building too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think this is probably my favorite line of the episode. Is when they're on Lyoko, but they're seeing the Katak Academy, but it's when Aelita has to kind of fight some of the monsters, and Odd hears her go energy field, and she's like, "Energy field? What do you think you're on Lyoko or something?" I just thought that was so funny, just because they were the ones earlier. So, And then I think that's. Let's see here. Alita, and then Alita gets very aggressive. It's like, you're gonna do exactly what I say. You got that? And they're just like, okay. And then,
Moment.
yeah, and
He's
then
like, I ain't fucking playing anymore.
yeah, I gotta love to see some of those. It's a rare Alita moment. When Alita like got rid of them, like the two Cankerlots and the Tarantula, who are Sissy, Nicholas, and Herb, like they fall in an abyss, right? And they are seeing everything that happens on Lyoko, but
Yeah.
So I'm like thinking to myself, come on, that was a great opportunity to see like where was the random abyss for them to fall into. I wanted to see how they would react, to see how it would look like on for them on Earth in their vision. I think that would have been hilarious to see Sissy and them just fall out of nowhere.
Imagine if they like walked into a wall when they see when you see Cat Academy and they just keep walking. They're like,
Yeah,
what's happening?
yeah. That invisible wall was funny too. They're just Sissy and them just like they're just making like weird faces. It's like, what is this invisible wall? But I just thought, man, I really wish that we've had seen and gotten some reactions out of like Sissy and them falling in a random abyss in Caddick. Would have been hilarious. If Xanos be attacking. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Everything else is. Those are my certain points of those scenes, and I obviously rate this as an S. Colton, it is your turn. If you're there. Colton, are you there?
He's muted.
Yeah, he muted. I guess he muted just as I ended.
I'm gonna tag him.
Let me read the chat. Say what's off. That's the wrong your God.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Nah,
I'm sorry.
bro.
I had to go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah. No problem. It's your turn whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Felt it right the first time, Wazy.
All right, temporary insanity. Yeah, this is this is an enjoyable episode, I think.
You think?
On Oric, the title itself is kind of neat. Temporary insanity. That's what they have. They just tell you right up front. It's not like The Pretender where you're trying to figure out what the hell the title means. I'm out of breath. I actually ran back to my room.
You hear your name being called?
Yeah, ran like the wind.
Yeah, before you move on to the next person.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that.
They start out on Lyoko, doing their thing. Never mind that. They go back to Caddick. And first of all, like I thought before this episode that they did Romeo and Juliet a couple of times. And did they do Romeo? Did they do the play of Romeo and Juliet a couple of times in Lyoko, or
They
was it
did
just
it
once?
in Laughing Fit.
Oh right, yeah.
And I think
That's what. Hey,
I think
is that
they
the
did-
callback? Sorry,
I think Romeo and Juliet does get referenced in. I think it was Caddick Bombshell of all.
No,
things?
No.
Delma specifically asks why they're still so when Delmas asks about why they chose this play, I'm pretty sure Chardon's like,
money.
it's the only one that worked good with
Yeah.
the Romeo and Juliet's thing, and
The balcony seat. The
But-
set.
yeah.
But the
Okay,
hold on, wait.
they
Th-
actually gave an extra. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, just real quick, and maybe Wazy knows this. Would you say last year is season 1? Because I'm just trying to go with, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Because I just like that. I like that callback because Laughing Fit, they did it last year.
This is specifically a reference to callback and again, I actually like the idea that it's literally the writer being like, "Hey, writer, why are we
Yeah.
writing this scene? It's because we have the background and designs for this like
Yeah.
set, and we need to pick another play, and we don't have the money to make a new background, so."
I am amazed that they were that meta to do that. That's
I love it.
insane to me.
I'm making that canon though. So
I will give you a round of applause, freaking Moonscoop, for coming up with that. Because trust me, you didn't have to. You could just, just chalk it off to like, okay, well, we still have this, and no one watches Koyoko, that this far in. Like, people just stop after the first season, so. So obviously on Oric, they go nuts, because of the tower being activated. This is a pretty neat attack where although it's really weird for everyone else having to like look at Ulrich and I just going absolutely nuts. I mean, imagine if there was no Return to the Past, then everyone would be just like, oh great, now this is happening. Like, what's next, right? Anyways.
I can see Delmos being like, okay, we're just gonna ban all video games from now on, because you
As
know
if there are any video.
glory. You want that happening to you? Why don't you study instead
Patrick
of
the Annihilator is at the top
I'm
of
like,
the
I'm like, oh great, the two dumbasses in this school are going nuts. Well, of course, it had to happen at some point, right? That sounds really bad. Great, not. I'm getting. Never mind. So they're sent to the hospital, and the person who looks over them, the black-haired woman, probably one of the best NPCs in Koyoko, in my opinion. I don't know what her name is.
nurse bitch.
name, but I'm about to look that up right now.
Oh, wait a minute.
Nurse
this is the episode
Joy.
with the tiddlywinks.
Nurse Joy.
Oh, wait,
yep.
no, it isn't.
Yes, it is. It is.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. No one's mentioned that yet.
Yeah, I didn't really
don't
care to
think-
mention
Which
it.
is a real board game. Mind
Yes,
everyone.
it is.
Huh.
Huh. When do we get to do the Tiddlywink stream? Yeah.
Are we
Yeah,
gonna,
trying to eat y'all's
are we
medicine.
gonna, are we gonna make a list of board games next?
No, we find Tiddlywinks online. We play it on stream.
Probably on.
Tiddlywinks lady in the thumbnail. Oh god.
What else happens here? Like, obviously they go to Lyoko, and it's a challenge, for him to, just get them to Lyoko and get them to the factory in itself. He had the most wicked thing you've ever seen in the cartoon, where like Ulrich just basically drop kicks a fucking ambulance. I mean,
Hey, let me cook. I got this.
that is some insane shit.
Plain and simple.
Oh yeah, the cops are chasing him after him too. Oh no, it wasn't an ambulance, just a police car. Okay.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. Yeah, I thought it was ambulance too, but
Oh,
nurse's
her
name
name's
Fan.
Fan?
Fan.
I don't even know.
I went to
Fan.
the transcript, and it does list a name. These transcripts are using the actual original scripts as reference, so I can't imagine why they'd be wrong.
The
Good to
more
know.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the stuff on Lyoko, you got the invisible wall, you got Ilia saying, what she said. I don't remember,
What part? Colton?
Should I watch episodes before I do this? Because I'm going
It's
pretty
preferred.
slow.
Well,
It is
just
preferred, but I'm too
just
lazy to do
you
it.
just talk about
Recommendable.
yeah, just talk about what you can think of, your favorite moments that come to your head.
Imagine watching Code Lyoko. Couldn't be me.
I love how you explained this to me, like in episode 60, like we're over halfway done, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've forgotten what to do. Okay, but
Wazy won't. He'd be like, yeah, no,
because-
that's the scene where.
I mean, I've done a pretty good job.
Yes, you
despite
have.
Not watching.
No, you have.
So-
I wouldn't be surprised if you're 60 and just showing off.
You guys forgot the scene.
and then you ask your grandkids if you want to play some Tiddlywinks.
That's too good. If you lose, I'm gonna have to make you watch Lyoko. No.
Well, if
I'd rather watch Winkers.
Okay.
Exactly.
You-
Why would I torture my offspring with making them watch Code Lyoko?
Oh man, I think that was no. I think they said I would have watched Linkers instead. I can't even call you my grandsons.
God.
Sorry, Colton. Continue.
Yumi's in Sector 5 for some reason. I don't even remember why.
She's there because the core of Lyoko's attacked, and Aelita's busy
Yeah.
dealing with Orc and Odd.
Yeah.
Orc and
Oh,
Odd are
babysitting
being
them.
insane,
Okay,
So
right.
Alita does a great job of though.
You know it's imperative that they get Ulrich and Odd back on track quickly because Yumi is alone handling something.
Yeah.
on
Oh,
Lyoko.
dude. Oh my
to
god!
be fair,
Bro.
she did a decent job. She took out quite a
I
few
know.
monsters.
I know, but
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Doesn't she still get
Like,
the virtualized
No,
again?
think about this for a second.
She does,
Like-
but it's for plot reasons. Like,
Yeah, I know.
bro,
Not in my book.
actually, wait,
Wait.
does she? I think she does.
Someone says that she gets hit in the face later.
hmm
She gets to virtualize right when Odd Orc and Aelita show up to support her.
like all right, plot doesn't need you to be good anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Bye.
All right, looks like you have. Yeah.
Speaking of plot, I just realized, like, this would be better if you had William go with Yumi, and that's why. Again, like, if you just had him join the game that started season 3, and then finish with him being, Xanified at the end of the season, that would have been so much better.
I can't wait to talk about final round.
I'll hurry up then, because I'm taking too long. I gotta get there quicker, right?
Like, let's just speedrun the next few episodes and just make this the final round stream.
Yeah.
Who cares about the other episodes?
Exactly. I mean, it's season 3, so.
Yeah.
Shut up.
but I just realized that, like, it probably would have been better if William was in the game and he went with Yumi and helped her out.
Yeah, that's why they needed the help.
Yeah, like, for fuck's sake, why could you? If I was able to like, I'm not exactly the smartest
Honestly-
person ever, but like, if I'm able to figure it out, then maybe you should. Then maybe Moonskip should have been able to figure it out.
Yeah, because this is after the secret,
Should've
right?
to figure that out.
They
What?
had a plan for William.
Yeah, I know, but I like to.
Discussion.
Yeah, I mean, with like, I know the writers had this long-term plan, but like when talking about just like in the cartoon, I'm just like, see, this is why you need that help. This is an episode after the secret, and Yumi needed the help. So what?
I mean,
Um,
doesn't that just enhance the emphasis on why they should accept William?
Yeah, I
and
suppose.
Everything
Yes.
that
That's what I was
happens later.
Yeah, exactly.
but do they realize? But maybe if they realize that at the end of the episode, maybe it would help if William was with us.
Yumi was like, no, nope, still no,
But no, they don't do that. They just move on.
Yeah, they just move on.
forget about him.
until they becomes a big problem, and they lose all the sectors.
Yeah,
But they realize too late.
but we're not there. But we're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
there yet. We're at temporary insanity.
Let's keep
where
going.
Orcanauds are going nuts. So I guess they do their job, and the tower's deactivated, and the core gets saved, and all that other jazz that comes with it. Obviously, the return of Brick Sanchez is approved. That's a nice thing to have him back. Was there anything else I forgot to mention with this episode? I don't think so. Nope, I guess not. Okay, my final ranking is a B.
Whoa! No, you're kidding.
Oh.
You're kidding.
No. I was before I even started talking about this episode. It's a B.
It was nice knowing you, Colton.
Really?
This ain't S ranking whatsoever. You know, I think Momo might just try to like.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it was nice knowing you. I was like, nice knowing you, Colton.
Yeah, I too have hot takes.
I was actually just the way you were talking about the episode too. I just was not expecting that.
What? I mean, the Lyoko stuff just. I do like the attack that Xana does, but like the Lyoko stuff is just kind of there. It's basically the stuff on Earth that's like the most appealing about this whole entire thing.
We're not going to give credit to like Oregon Odd thinking they're at school and thinking that the monsters are Sissy and Herb and Nicholas standing there menacingly.
Oh, well, I mean that was nice. Like everyone knows that. Everyone. What was I gonna say? Obviously, Nicholas is the true monster of Lyoko.
All right, lock your doors, Colton.
I got a question about this whole thing. That whole
Who's
Xana
gonna
attack,
find me
right?
for saying that? I think everyone would agree on that.
No, it's just.
Okay, yeah. Oh, jeez. But yeah, I would give it a B, honestly. Wait, did Momo find out that I ranked it a B?
Yeah, she's watching. That's what. Yep. She's watching.
know that.
She's making sure everyone says S. You're pretty much getting held to gunpoint.
I love the gif of the hood being popped up, like Organization 13.
Yo, stop.
Yeah. Okay, and now, all right, now I'm going on the tangent.
Oh my god.
What was nobody named? We ever figure that out?
I can't. Probably I forgot.
I like Moxmo. Moxmo's coming for you.
That's fun.
Moxmo. That's kind of cool. I probably would have ranked it. To be fair, I probably would have ranked it in A if William was with, if they did Koyoka the way I no, not Koyoka, but like if they did season 3 the way I would have wanted to, I think the episode would have been better, and I would have ranked it in A. I mean, I'm not saying this episode's bad or anything. It's definitely not C rank, or definitely not as hell as D rank. It's not even mid either. But I would still rank it a B. I don't know if I can go as high as a B plus.
You're just making it worse for yourself, Colton.
I don't rank. To be fair, I don't rank pluses and minuses.
No, that's fine.
My
But
stuff.
if you think it's
I would
up
I think
to the
B
top
plus.
of B, because we do have to put it somewhere. All right, B plus for you. Flower.
Okay, I'm finally
Whenever you're
done.
ready.
Let's move on.
Okay.
We have more episodes.
This is a solid episode. I'm just gonna say that straight up. I'm not gonna go through a play-by-play of every joke that's good, because so many of them are. I will again reference the scene where Orc thinks he's taking out a mega tank, but it's actually a police car, and it's the police car that's like the hospital sent after him for breaking out. And they're like, what's this crazy kid trying to do? It's a scene that will make me laugh like every time I watch it, and that's kind of a rarity. It's so good. And you know, TV showing up at the end of it is just the cherry on top. It is so good. Even if it's insane. Like Alita and Yumi going, oh no. And then Oric's like all smug, like he thinks he took it out. I don't even know what he thinks really like happened. He didn't do anything. The car's the one that swerved out of the way. Probably got just like, hey coward, come back here, and just start going after the cops. Anyway, yeah. The jokes are pretty great. Just like, this is a very fun concept of like, yeah, what if Xana tricked like a warrior into thinking they were on Lyoko when they were on Earth, and vice versa, and it's great. Not played for drama. It could be played for drama. I think the comedic aspect is better. This is just such a classic episode. The one thing I have that I think holds it back just a little bit is the fact that there's actually just a lot of conveniences in here. The fact that this day, the day that Xana tries this, happens to be the day they're doing a dress rehearsal in front of the entire school. Which I know a lot of people really like that these kids are doing theater. Like, oh yes, there are theater kids, that's cool, but also like there's literally no indication that anyone other than Odd is into this sort of thing. Even in like, yes, Laughing Fit exists, but we know Odd was just playing guitar. Oric was only there to try and help. Oric and Yumi were only there as part of the scheme for the parents, and Jeremy and Aelita were nowhere to be seen. Okay. Part of when I was rewatching this episode, I just made up this headcanon that the reason the Warriors are all doing this play is because there was a Xana attack that made them bond with Chardon. Like, I don't know if he did something crazy or he revealed something vulnerable, like he's worried, oh no, all these students are like no longer interested and I could lose my job, and then they felt bad for him, and then they returned to the past, so he doesn't remember, but now they're just trying to repay kindness. I don't know. Just a thought I had.
It's a nice thought.
There's also the convenience of like the nurse talking about the kid's illness, which is weird that they're doing it in the like the public hospital lobby where anyone could hear them. I feel like this is some kind of privacy violation, to be honest.
I mean, does
Oh,
Friends
yeah,
have a-
yeah.
have a
Ow,
HIPAA
that's so-
equivalent? That's the real question here.
I don't know.
Dude, I would not want to be in that hospital.
I mean, it's also possible.
I wouldn't be
you
anywhere
don't
in the
care.
city.
Yeah, where Xana is, yeah.
I will admit, they're just a fun note in case people missed it. One of the doctors is called Dr. Hornet. And
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's one of the jokes.
I forgot. I
Realize that.
kind of skipped that part.
Yeah.
Because I knew what was happening, but I forgot they called themselves that. That's funny.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, these kids are
Yeah.
fighting enemies called blocks, crabs, and Xana. What do you think, Professor Hornet?
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
Typical
You know what? I
Stacy.
might rank. You know what? I might
Thank-
have to up this to an A minus.
I was gonna say, are you
Okay,
gonna change it
the
right now?
amount of meta and the amount of jokes they have in this episode.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, A minus.
All
There we
right.
go.
We're getting in there.
We're good.
Dr. Hornet, you've won my ass over. Thank you very much.
I feel bad
Good
they-
job, Moonscoop.
I feel bad for that guy have the last name Hornet, man. Ugh.
Oh. Hold up. Actually, out of genuine curiosity, Cam,
Yes.
how about if the virus in this episode were administered by a hornet, would it still be S?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I can't do it. I got a gun pointed to me. I don't know. Mama, I don't know what to do. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Maybe.
What was the question you asked? Then?
If the Hornet was the one initiating the laser beam,
Yeah.
would I still rate it S? Because I hate Hornets with a passion.
Yeah, he hates.
Okay. Flower, you continue.
Yeah. I mean, I could go on and on, but I think that would turn into a play-by-play. This is just a really good episode, so I'm gonna rank it as S, not S plus. It's not as good as some of the later episodes to come. Like
That's true.
This is a
Egg bombshell.
Okay.
Listen.
It's edging closer and closer.
I'm gonna rank this as S. And that was Dylan's turn.
Momo.
Look, there's nothing better than a good Santa attack. And this Santa attack is just stupid fun for everyone. I mean, episode doesn't really do much wrong. It has fun stakes. It's an S. I don't know. I don't feel like I have to explain it.
That's it.
It's just an
Yeah.
S. It's like obviously
We
an S.
appreciate those.
All right. This episode, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's just the joke is really dumb. I mean, wow, they think they're on Lyoko when they're on
Freaking
Earth.
S already, so we go home.
I knew this was coming.
Come on, Colton, let me do the thing.
Okay. My apologies. Continue on with your genuine explanation.
Now it's ruined.
You killed it. You killed his vibe.
No, but for real, this episode is excellent. It's extraordinarily funny. They handle everything really, really well, and it's a fun concept, like Flower said. That it's a fun concept that you wouldn't really think about, like, on your own, at least not really. It's like, but now that it's presented to us, you're like, actually, this is a great idea. You know,
you need a high IQ to understand Koyoko.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why Gustave Chardon is in this episode.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Exactly, but no, it's endlessly funny. It's hilarious. It's great. S rank. Yeah.
J-Man, it's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
He's like, what? What?
Oh, give me a sec. Anyway, alright, so when it comes to this episode, alright. I remember in one of the past episodes of the show, it was like the one during, Xana, what was it, taking control of the whole Return to the Past thing where he was spamming that and stuff. I remember there was this one scene where Ulrich was talking to Sissy, because she had, like, that videotape of Aelita and Jeremy talking about how, like, Odd and Aelita are not really cousins and stuff. He was telling Sissy, guys, what?
Wait,
Mama
Momo, I
Jane.
was kidding. Don't kill me.
Oh my god.
You're talking shit.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Anyway, I remember Ulrich saying, God, hey, Sissy, I think Aelita and Jeremy lost it. They think that they're virtual people.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
I'm glad
that's
that they
funny.
actually, like, used that. Or let's say took something of that and put it into this episode to where, yeah, they do think they're on Lyoko and stuff. And, like, the whole concept of, like, with that, let's say, Xana, like, making people go insane and, like, let's say switching their perspectives and stuff, which, by the way, I have a question for. Is the attack on, like, the brain? Is it on the site? Or is it, like, on the site or like, on the brain and stuff? So
Don't
I was
worry
thinking-
about
We
it.
don't know. It's
I mean,
made
it's-
on purpose.
It's an interesting
it
question
would be
because
on the
when they're
brain.
on Lyoko, they're completely digital. So like,
Cartoons.
it's sort of it has.
You don't think too hard
It's
on
like it's a virus, but at the same time, it's also like not a virus.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Because like, I'm just wondering if they can like. Yeah, you're right. I probably shouldn't think about it too much. This is
It's
fun.
like, so,
You know,
some of it is
they
just
just gave him the good shit.
some of it is just
Come on.
cartoon,
Oh,
cartoony
that's what
stuff.
this is.
So
Yeah.
It's drugs.
Xana just gave him the good shit, guys.
excuse,
Yeah,
it's a
this was
cartoon.
a fun. This was like a really fun episode to watch. It's just like hard to go back to sometimes. Well, not necessarily hard, but it's like hard to like let's say watch certain scenes because like, what was it? Ulrich hurling himself like at the car and shit like that. I was like, whoa,
Iconic.
whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, that was.
He's gonna
That was
get
kinda
canceled for
crazy.
that.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, yo, when like they had to be when they had to be taken like let's say to the hospital because like all the faculty members of that school saw that Odd and Ulrich were going crazy is like, yeah, that was like a bit heavy for me to watch. Like not too heavy, but like something that's like pretty strong. But when it comes to the rest of this episode, I liked him, man. It really was a creative attack. And I did like, let's say, how Aelita was taking charge on Lyoko when she says, "All right, you two got to do exactly of everything I just say. No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts about it." It was like I like Aelita taking charge like that, and I wish we got to see more of that in the series and stuff because that was pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure Cam mentioned this first. I really now that he brought this up, like now that's all I've been thinking about. I'm saying like, yo, when Aelita like let's say remove the platform like under like the blocks and the tarantulas and stuff. I really wish we saw Odd and Ulrich's perspective on that. It's like what happened with Sissy? Did she just like sink to the ground or some shit like that?
I want to see like a hole, like an actual like hole being made on the ground of Caddick, and they just fall and scream. But
Yeah.
they just gotta cut through it. I guess they ran out of time.
Yeah,
I always imagined that they were like on Orphan in like a dreamlike state where you just kind of weird things happen and
Yeah.
you question it.
Mhm.
I want to see it.
Yeah, dude. It's like overall, man, this really was like a good episode. Like, I would put it on A status. It was really really nice.
Well, it's nice knowing you too, Jay.
Yeah,
Damn. What is with the fucking low scores this
Like that's funny that A is a low score.
What the fuck?
I mean, we're not
I-
talking about Plagued, so obviously it's not going to get an S.
I think it's just because this is not like one of the core like plot episodes. It's
That was
just
A
kind
low
of-
score, by the way.
Is one of the best fillers, or
Yeah,
the
exactly.
best filler.
I think this is an S tier filler. It's just that we're not used to the idea of filler being S tier.
Even
Oh
though
yeah,
we had
I
season
forgot, the
one.
nurse. I want to mention the nurse who had like that black belt and stuff. Like she was badass as shit.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
S.
yeah,
that's
So
fine.
S tier. So S tier.
And he's got you become a fan.
Yeah, it's a high A tier. I'll give it that. I wouldn't necessarily put it as though. It's a high A tier.
All right. So A plus.
Yeah.
All right. Momo, I mean, since you're here, we did read your message out earlier.
If we must. Yeah, this is one of my absolute favorite episodes of the entire series, and I will die on this hill. I think because I don't know how many people knows, but I am a professional costume designer, and so when it comes to like theater and stuff like that, I love when TV shows like dive into that kind of thing, and the fact that it's a real play, like it is a actual script and a real thing that they kind of dove into it. I thought was really cool. They didn't like make up something for the show. They really pulled a kind of obscure piece of literature from the theater and kind of dove into that, which I thought was really cool. I think, I love the part where they get like taken off in the ambulance because it starts to like, it almost has like this heaviness of like, reality a little bit, and I really like how they kind of were like, it's a bit weird, like sometimes like the risk of people finding out was pretty real at that point. And Ulrich dive bombing the car is just so iconic of him. It's so good, so good. I really enjoyed like Aelita definitely taking charge and really like, because I think this is one of the rare moments where we actually see her like in a leadership position other than season 4. and I thought was really, really, really like nice to kind of refreshing to see that. I think this is a pretty interesting to me is that we actually get a canonical feeling of getting hit by a laser. I think that's a really cool thing to kind of reference because, with them, like 3 seasons that we've seen them get hit with stuff, it's like, what does that really feel like? We finally get kind of a reference point, which I think is super convenient for fan fiction writers, especially. Or just, any, knowledge of how the world works. So, and it's such like a throwaway line too, but I think it really makes the world more lived in where you can kind of relate to the characters a little bit more. Because like now oh, when they get hit by a laser, it feels like a bee sting or like a wasp sting or something, which I think was like
Hornet.
really nice touch. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I really love this episode. I think everything just molds so nicely together. And while it is a filler, I do think there's a little bit of character development in it too. Seeing as and also like the danger becoming more realistic because some of the attacks they are kind of more personal, things that happen to only them, but this one was kind of like everyone saw it happen. And even I love like the kind of decline of their mental state in this part, which I think is why I think I would call it a mental state kind of thing, is you see them performing and slowly things start happening and they're starting to notice different things. It wasn't like a full on this is happening 0 to 100. It was very slow, and I really liked how they had different pieces kind of pop in. And I think that was why they got maybe, I don't know. I don't think they had any clue what was going on, but they definitely had a red alert kind of moment, especially because, especially when Odd starts screaming way zero and he stops and he looks at himself like, what is happening? So, honestly, in my opinion, I think from that scene alone, it could have just been that he was actually messing with their minds in general. Because at that point, Odd knew something was wrong, but then late in the episode, he doesn't know what's wrong. So, it could have been a whole thing with their mental state
I
being switched around.
I almost mentioned this, but then I didn't. I have a headcanon that what Xana's really doing is he's just kind of placing this sort of overwhelming thought in their subconscious that, like, because the thing here. So the thought is that, like, when they're on Earth, it's basically telling them you are on Lyoko right now, and I think after when you do that, the brain will just kind of start to warp perception until it fits because your brain hates contradictions within your mind, and we can sometimes overcorrect to the point where we start being delusional. Like, obviously this is like really extreme, but that's my suspicion, is just that is just pushing in their head real hard, like this is where you are right now, and then their minds are just kind of molding their reality, because that's kind of the scary thing about brains, is that like we rely on them so heavily to know what's real, and if they're lying to us, we can't tell.
Yeah, I think about this too is that, it's not really a callback and it's not really like a similarity, but I think it is funny this is the second time that they've kind of thought and were right about Xana messing with memories, implanting memories, creating different realities in people's minds. I think it's something that I wish they would dive into more often. I think it'd be a really interesting plot point that I think a bit of it does come in with William, just a teeny tad, but I think it's I just really love this episode so much of just, a lot of the reality check that comes into play. And something about just watching them slowly descend during the performance was something I really, really enjoyed seeing.
The
Um,
idea of Xana is just like he gets that virus in everybody and then he starts triggering hallucinations. And it wouldn't even be like insane ones like hallucinating you're on Lyoko when on Earth. It would just be like maybe he could just do Xana's kiss again or something similar, or like have, I actually think I've seen that concept played around in fan fiction. It's not too common. It is a little underrated. Actually, just the whole idea of like, yeah, this episode does kind of explore a little bit of like what a deterioration in mental health is. Now, granted, I don't think Orc and Odd are truly like deteriorating in mental health. I think they're just kind of suffering from a supernatural force in their brains. But that is something I guess I never really thought of before. I'm so focused on the jokes, and the show kind of has a lot of dark content. I'm like, that's why we have these streams. You point out things I've never really thought of before. But yeah, it is really dark how this is all portrayed. That like everyone's scared when they start acting up, and then they get like pinned down in the hospital, and like, yeah, that is kind of dark actually. Very. Yes,
Yeah.
they were laughing because they think, you know,
Yeah.
the nurse is a block, but also this is a little terrifying, isn't it?
No, I mean, honestly, with how Odd reacts, just especially because I just think Odd's a great example of this, where he's literally like pointing his laser arrow at the crowd of people, and then he has this moment of like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I have to kind of cover that up, but also what is happening. And then you just see slowly as it just progresses and progresses and progresses. Like you said before, the brain just kind of accepts what's going on. But also in that same moment, it's very like they have this mentality they're on Lyoko and everything's kind of fucked up at this point, where they're thinking that they're getting tied up and attacked and whatever, but it's just, you know, the real world kind of playing those weird jokes at them. And I really love the dark undertones of Code Lyoko sometimes, that you kind of have to pull back a little bit. Sort of like with Zero Gravity Zone, where it was like, you know, a lot of that you had to really pull back the curtain a little bit of like, this is a kid show, here's the jokes. It's like, no, there's some underlying dark themes in this.
That's kind of the beauty of the show, honestly. There was like, because they originally wanted the show to be way darker, and the producers were like, no, it won't sell if you do that. But then they make it work anyway by just being a little more subtle about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, this episode is like this episode and Final Round are my two absolute favorite episodes of Code Lyoko, and you know, I really do think that season 3 is very underrated, or just these two episodes in general. Like, I just, you know, some of the episodes are though like not that great, but you know, I do think plot relevancy wise and pulling in these dark elements, you know, really started kicking up at this point. Because season 4 gets really dark. Like, IMO.
I think that
Especially Final Round.
season 3 should have just put it all in one season, because you know season 3 is a build up to season 4. Because I hate that it's its own season. I hate that it's its own season. I know season 4 is 30 episodes already, but like, man, I hate that it's its own season, because as much as I love it more than I have before, it's still at the bottom. But like, man, season 3.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much I can say about this episode, but it's one of my top tiers. I can watch it over and over again and still find great joy in it. I think it's because it has those very dark elements of like, you know, watching these two boys scream in a like ambulance getting dragged away, and their friends are like, what do we do? Like, this is not good. You know, they're having this actual thing of like, we don't know what's going on, and they're actually going insane. They don't know it's a Xana attack because it's so low key enough that you can take it for actual insanity. And I just, you know, you got to feel for the other warriors in this moment of like, what have we done? Like, what are we going to do?
If you had something similar to that with Sissy and Contact, and then Odd and Killer Music, so they do a good job at those. You say that this episode is your second favorite, and this is an Oryx centric episode. Well, not totally, but your first episode, I'm thinking it has to do with William.
Yes.
All right, that's all I need to know.
Number one is Final Round.
I knew it.
So I got some opinions about that one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a day.
Is Zero Gravity Zone.
Is it because William gets his comeuppance? It's just desserts.
Let's not go too much into this. That stream is 2 weeks, hopefully 2 weeks away, depending on how much we get done today.
I'll be quick. But if anybody watches Rest of Cam's stream sometimes, I don't remember which stream this actually was in, than Sonic, I can go on a rampage about how William is so mischaracterized by the fandom, and I will literally talk about it for like hours and bring some examples up. I don't know who was in that stream, but I was going off, and I'm ready to do it again for Final Round.
Let her cook.
I'm prepared.
I remember I was there.
Jesus Christ.
That was a very fun conversation.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Frongo, do you want to give a ranking to this episode real quick before we move on?
Sure, A.
Oh, well, that was nice knowing you. I'm kidding. Yeah. All right. So let's jump to the tier list here. Let me pull it up. Okay, there we go.
This is interesting.
Yes, very.
I really thought it'd be S across the board, and I think
It
some
still
people-
should be placed in S, right?
Yes, maybe. Actually, let's see. We have 4, 1, 2,
It's-
3, 4, 5 S's, an A plus,
Yeah.
an A, and an A minus.
It's
It's
just
definitely-
5 S's to 3 A's if we do a full
It's-
balance.
it's
So it is
definitely-
S.
Yeah, it would be.
It's a low S.
Yeah, it would be low S.
We don't have anything else in S though, so like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean,
true.
it's the best episode. It's just the best one, guys.
It's the
I
first
wasn't
S-
saying.
Are you guys going insane?
Your
I
mom? No.
think later season 3 episodes will probably run into another S.
No, yeah, we will. Oh, we will
Final
before
round.
this.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
saying this is the only S. I'm just
No,
saying
I'm just-
as of right now it is. So like,
Yeah, I'm surprised it is because because the other one I was thinking of S was gonna be, yeah, The Secret. It was close. It should have been, but all right, S, first one of probably 2. All right, what we next is Sabotage, right? Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let me create the
Oh,
new list.
Yeah, yeah, no
Shit.
problem. I'm gonna pull that
Not
up while
this
you do
episode.
that. Oh shit! Here we go.
Ooh.
Also,
Oh, here we go.
is the episode supposed to have like, let's say, the visual, like, let's say, issues, or is that
Yeah,
just
the one
YouTube?
with the corn and
That's
chippy.
this recording of the episode for whatever reason. There are recordings out there I think that are cleaner, but I watched it too with the visual issues.
Oh, I thought you were like talking about them freezing up in Lyoko.
Nah.
No, there's like a visual glitch where like a bunch of random dots. It's when Jeremy's
Huh,
examining the
interesting.
supercomputer. It's on the official like Lyoko YouTube. I don't know why.
Oh, wait a minute.
Weird.
Oh, wait. What?
Did they just like record
What
these
am I looking
episodes
at?
off of like, let's say,
I
the
think
DVDs of Code Lyoko?
I think they had like digital copies and some of them got a little corrupted. It's still
Yeah.
watchable, but it's weird.
Actually, I might have been, I might have said, I might have been thinking about the wrong episode, because I went to, the images on Toyoku FR, and I think it gave me a different episode. I think.
I'm going number 1 first again. Gosh darn it, Randy.
Hee hee.
Why?
You're
It's
ranking
hard.
it. I knew it.
We're back.
I didn't see any rendering issues.
It depends on where you watch it. I watched a downloaded copy I had from the Kolyoko US. And it
Oh,
has
well.
the glitches, but I don't think they're baked in the episode. So.
Oh, no, it is this episode. Oh, oh, God.
I downloaded it off YouTube.
Oh my
let's
god,
do it
this looks
again.
bad.
I'm
This-
second to last again? No, Flower. Like, Ricky.
I can screenshot
Well,
the
I'm
randomizer
always
if you don't believe me, but
Oh, Wazy, I'm
you
sorry.
probably need to, because salty.
Well,
Pete-
everyone, it was nice, but I must retreat now.
All right.
Hi, Momo.
Alright.
Thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
Bye.
Momo.
See ya.
I'll take her out of the list then.
That means you gotta randomize it again.
Everyone moves up 1.
No, we'll just skip Momo. We don't need to randomize again.
The
That's true.
randomizer is
That's
spoken.
What did I rank this last week when I
The tribe's
was like,
spoken.
just in case I don't get there, and just in case you guys get to it?
I think Temporary Insanity was the last.
It was,
like
but
the
I
one
I
before.
s- I sent
Hmm.
in text.
Oh.
Because
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't
that's
sure.
right. You did.
Fucking-
Yeah, I think you ended on Sabotage with the question mark.
Yeah, I put sabotage as a question mark because I was like, oh, okay, I give this one an S. All right. I just need you to remember so I can begin delving my justification.
Sabotage S. Yep. Okay. Oh, I forgot
Interesting.
to put the X's for the placeholder.
A.
Yeah, I didn't know. Man, I didn't know. Odd.
You can't forget to put the X's. You're a Kingdom Hearts fan. You shouldn't be forgetting.
Watch what
My
you say.
god.
I didn't know Odd
Okay.
attempts to kill Kiwi in this episode. Oh, let me probably pull up my Discord.
Okay, I gotta put my
Real
thoughts into order
Omni-Man
because
treatment.
sabotage. I think this is a pretty good episode. I can say that off the bat, even though there is kind of a lot going on. Let me see. I did watch this one, so I should remember it decently. We have
Oh,
yeah. So just do I need to do a quick recap, like gist of what this episode is? Really don't
I
remember
watched it last night.
Okay.
Yeah, you just go. Just.
point is not.
Vine seed episode.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Instagram. Uh, there. I kind of like Xana's attack because it's like, man, I want to get rid of these kids. How do I do that? I'm trying to delete the sectors, but it's taking too long. They're resisting. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'll possess someone and wreck the circuit boards. But you get this fun mystery because they're just kind of on a regular mission, and then the supercomputer starts acting up, and they're like, "Huh?" And Jury's like, "I'll look into it." Spends all night as usual. Forgets about the dorm inspection. Apparently, he's been so busy he hasn't even kept his room clean. But he's like, "All right, I solved the problem, but I figured out the problem, and I have 3 hours to solve it." So he rushes over for breakfast to like let them know and grab supplies from his room, and well, it doesn't work out for him. Again, I'm getting into recap, but no, I kind of like the early mystery in the beginning of just like what's going on, and then them figuring it out, and Jeremy being like, "Okay, we gotta solve it," only to get blocked by school shenanigans. I don't know. I don't have any comments about Jeremy cleaning his room. I'm trying to think. I think I had something, but I'm thinking back, and I'm like, it's fine. Is it a highlight? Not really. Oh yeah, actually, Jeremy does get an even bigger W moment later on when he and Odd are going to the factory and they get caught by the Odd and Ulrich go to the factory. They get caught by vines, possessed by Xana, because Xana's attacking, to make their lives harder. And Jeremy shows up and he correctly uses the shovel to free Ulrich without jabbing him. Probably because Ulrich's the fastest. Unfortunately, Jeremy gets caught. But then he figures out how to break out because he realizes the supercomputer is messing with the specters. And that's a fun moment. And Odd's like, "You're insane." "Yeah, just try to get out." "Okay, sure." But then it works, so... We don't really get to see Jeremy like helping out during an attack on that scale. He's normally so busy just focused on getting to the lab and helping the team, not like dealing with the attack himself. So I appreciate that. You got the goods.
Just got that box in there.
Box of random supercomputer supplies. I had canon that Jeremy got them, like Franz Hopper had them lying around either in the Hermitage or in the supercomputer or in the factory somewhere, and he's like, "Oh, these might be useful." Probably had them in his room so he could study from them, but poor kid. There's some fun with the glitches. I especially appreciate Ulrich's like accidental teleportation, where he's like running and then he disappears and reappears elsewhere. And then him being black and white later is real fun. I feel like I should have more to say. It's a good episode outright. I don't think it's us. Gonna give it an A. No, I think I did have a little more to talk about. There's the Vine scene, which...
Oh, fuck, I forgot all about that.
Yes, it's the Vine scene.
Yeah.
People remember the Vine scene, they don't remember which episode. It's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yumi ditches William and the field trip to go to the factory, only to get caught by Xanavines, and honestly, the whole point is just so there's some tension with them dealing with the tower, because they keep cutting to Yumi getting more and more tangled with the vines. Oh no! uh, I don't know how the writers got away with that, because that's with that one moment. Most of them are fine.
Fran.
Kind of iffy. You can get the one moment. You know the moment. You all know.
France.
But actually, also just appreciate that after Yumi escapes, we cut to her getting like treated by Auric. It's both really sweet, but it also just highlights how messed up that whole scenario is. And they didn't return to the past, so like her ditching the trip is just she's just got to live with that now. She ditched it for nothing. She didn't get to. She just gets.
I forgot. I forget. Yumi just straight up fucking ditches in this episode.
Yeah.
I like that shot where she's finally escaped.
Yes. Also, guys.
So, in fairness, this sort of sets up for the later episode where William helps Yumi out to help her skip the photo thing so she can help the warriors.
The
Which helps endear her back.
This is very minor, but I gotta give a quick shout out to that scene where Odd's like asking for the freaking game strategy book, because apparently Jeremy owns that, and that implies that he's a gamer, even though the show never talks about it outside of this episode.
Jeremy Belfort, hardcore gamer. He plays.
Listen, a casual would not own a game strategy guide. That is for people who are really into a game.
What were some PC games in like 05, 06? What, some World of Warcraft, maybe?
Apparently, Odd's also into the game because he was asking to borrow it. So, and this is the era before like you could go online and just like find all the tips like on the internet instead of buying a strategy guide. But oh well. Anyway, this episode was a strong A. I'm not putting it in S. It's good, but it's not really a standout outside of the one curse scene. But I don't think that curse scene is helping it out. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not.
Depending on who else I hear, but that's where I'm going with for now.
I wish I was first in this.
Colton, you're next.
I'll make sure you rank it as C by the time I'm done. I'm kidding. Okay, Sabotage. So I think we can all agree that this is one of the Beastie Boys' most popular songs. I did that joke last week, so now I gotta do it again. How many times am I gonna do it? Next week, it's gonna happen again. Anyways. Yeah, so this episode, obviously the Vines episode, I didn't know that at first because I thought that this episode was the computer glitch episode, but it's also it apparently. So Xana really has had multiple things going on during this episode.
Oh my god.
He was really determined this episode, I think.
Yeah.
So I guess so. We start off. I don't know if Mama did a recap or not because I wasn't listening that much. But it started out on Lyoko for, of course, no reason whatsoever. It can't be a reason.
They're I think they're taking out the tower.
I suppose.
Oh shoot! I forgot about the part where Aelita comes up with the idea to sacrifice the sector because Yeah, I forgot about that part. I
Yeah.
knew there was something I was missing.
Hmm.
Yeah, insanity. I mean, it's a power move made out of desperation, but like, yeah, they took out the tower, but they lost the sector in doing so.
Was that the start of the episode? Or was
No,
that
that's
the
the
end
end
of
of
the
the
episode?
episode.
Okay, I figured
They're
it was.
just taking out a tower in the beginning, I think.
I mean, it's nice they changed it up from the fact that Aoya gets Xanified for a little bit. That's a plus.
Indeed.
I who gets bugged up here at the start of the episode?
They all
It was
do.
odd. Yeah, it
I
was
could be
odd.
wrong, though.
Was that because of the tower, or they're trying to figure it out?
No, it's because Xana possessed he possessed the gardener and had him go into the factory and electrocute a bunch of the computer's chips.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I wouldn't have known because I hadn't watched this episode before. I don't.
Alright, who's? You mean to continue?
It's the gardener. Sorry.
What?
I mean, whose turn to continue? Colton.
It's cold.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
was
was
just
waiting for
clarifying
Cloud to finish. Yeah,
No, I'm done.
I'm not done yet. It's
Yeah, I know.
far from it,
Okay.
indeed.
Oh God, well, hurry.
I was so of course it's dorm room inspection day, and of course Jeremy Belpois is the messiest room in the entire school.
He's usually not messy though.
That's
that room in this episode is I've never seen it like that before.
I mean,
like Oz room.
to be fair, I've seen messier rooms. He's not like it's not like TLC hoarders vibes going on here. No one got that reference. Oh well. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Oh wait. Are you being sarcastic or?
Oh no. It took me a second, but yeah, I get
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay, nice. So I guess Jeremy's has to deal with him, like trying to clean up his room and whatnot. Yumi and William and them go on a field trip.
What the fuck?
What?
No, I just found something
What?
funny. You continue.
What?
No, I want to know why.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Colton.
Huh? Here, I'll just
Never
here. This is what my this is what.
All I heard was what the fuck.
It's like,
Okay, here.
Where you
Look,
looking, Cam?
Look. Hold on a second. I'm gonna put it. It's gonna be on the Discord chat. Hold on. This is more confirmation. This is more confirmation that Chardon was definitely or it was definitely an inspiration for Rick.
Yeah, like.
Here, the sauce on his shirt. It just confirms it to me that
Why are we going on about this?
because I was looking at the episode and I see sauce on his shirt. I'm like, oh my god, it's the what do you call it? The
The Szechuan sauce, right?
yeah.
Also, don't you remember the Abridged made an entire fucking joke out of this?
Well, yeah, but I don't remember the sauce.
I don't remember that.
But not the sauce.
The Abridged?
The sauce is another detail
makes
onto
a
it.
joke that Chardon
Oh, wait.
is...
It was
Yes,
joke
yeah,
everywhere.
everyone knows that connection. But I'm saying like with the sauce on his shirt, just makes me like believe it even more that they got
Yes,
Chardon. What? Wheezy?
Weezy's dead now.
Yeah, we lost
They
Wheezy.
killed him.
Well, before he comes back, I just want to point out.
Looks like you got sabotaged.
I think the
Oh
stain's
my
just
God.
meant to be like a paint stain. I actually noticed.
I'm going with the sauce.
I think he also has like some kind of purple stain on like lower down his jacket.
Yeah.
Because he's an art teacher. He gets messy with the paints. I think that's
Yeah. Yeah, I just like I didn't really put that. I mean, that would make sense, but it's just like all because he didn't have it earlier in the season. I'm just like, I'm just putting the connection to it. It's just like, yes, I know Rick and Chardon were having. Oh, that's been a meme forever, but I don't remember seeing the sauce as a that was pointed out before. Or the paint, I should say. But
Speaking
Colts.
of a bridge,
No, we need to continue. Colton, let's go. Let's move this. We gotta keep it moving.
okay,
Sorry.
sorry.
I was just curious about what you were thinking that about, so therefore, now we know. Okay. So, Jeremy's room is in shambles. Apparently, he has only 3 hours to fix the supercomputer. Otherwise, I guess the world will end or something. So he tells Iwaya, "Hey, you need to go fix it for me." Oh, okay. Okay, so Yumi and them are on art expedition. That's what that is. So maybe it is paint, after all. The tower gets activated, and of course, it is the roots and the vines. Yeah. Flower was saying earlier how did Moonskip get away with this? The bigger question I'm wondering is how did Cartoon Network get away with showing this? Again, they did not care. That's how it might be getting like Koika might have been getting ratings for them on Cartoon Network, but they certainly didn't care about anything out.
To be fair, the vine scene is actually very short, and there was a lot of coming back and forth between the Lyoko and the vines. So I think it's a very quick. It's easy to miss if you're not paying a lot of attention.
And if you're not paying attention, you you look away and then you look back at it. You're like, "What the hell is going on?" You do double take. Is that the next episode? Double take?
No, that's in.
Oh
That's
no!
They ain't gonna be.
That's not until season 4.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking way too far.
Oh. Darn it.
Yeah, darn it. So they all need to get to Ryoko and obviously deactivate his power before Xander sucks him up into the I was gonna make a double snare reference from Harry Potter, kind of from Sorcerer's Stone. But yeah, this kind of reminds me of that a little bit. But anyways, so Jeremy cleans his room, and then he's we mentioned the part where he has the shovel and uses that. It kind of reminds me of episode
Someone farted.
whatever that noise was. It kind of anyways the part where
Uh-oh.
What? Who said that?
yeah, I'm trying not to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was Odd who uses the shovel, or no, sorry, Ulrich uses the shovel, and then it reminds me of the very first episode. No, Xana Awakens. That's what it reminds me of when Odd cuts the cables. And it's just kind of funny how they manage to find something all of a sudden, kind of plot wise, is able to cut them pretty darn quick. So I'll hurry up then. Of course they go to Ryoko, they deactivate the tower. Yumi gets her back broken, at one point. For real, she falls down into a chasm. And then the whole vine scene happens. We're all shake our heads. The ice sector gets, Thanos.
What the hell? I ain't seen that.
And that is that. What would I rank this episode then? I think an A. I think it's better than the previous episode.
What?
I think it's I think it is.
You're insane.
I think,
What? So A?
yeah, A.
Okay.
Didn't you say stuff like, I'm done with this episode? Okay, stuff like that? Like- Just
Well,
surprised.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised as he was talking about how good Insanity was, and then he says B. I was just like, what's going on today? What's going on with you, Colton? Okay, so A. It's my turn.
Yes, A.
This episode's
Colton gaslighting.
This episode is okay. It's not an A.
Oh, well, okay. Now, you've surprised us now.
No, it's the way you were talking about these episodes, and then I'm thrown off by your ranking. I'm like, wait, what? But nah, this episode is it's okay, like I just said. But it's interesting. I like the mystery behind it. Especially the footage in the supercomputer room. They're like, who the hell is that? And then there's the
I
forbidden
think the last
scene.
time I watched this episode, I had no idea who it was.
Yeah, did it show later that he was possessed? I couldn't remember.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think it'd be cooler if it didn't show Xana eyes, because it would be more of a mystery if that was the case. I have to look back, but either way, I thought that was a cool scene.
He was shooting lightning at the end.
All right, that
Like,
confirms it.
If
Yeah.
he isn't possessed by Xana, then
Oh.
what's going on?
Yeah. I think that's hilarious if that was the case. Like, who is this
Do you
guy?
think that's why the tower was activated
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
beginning?
that's the
Yeah.
tower they were dealing
Yeah.
with. They're like, we don't
Okay,
know what
okay.
Xana's doing. Yes, maybe we
So-
jumped the gun on it. No, you didn't. No, you guys didn't. You were so slow.
See, you
I
know
thought
what
it was
Xana's
already
problem
back.
is, guys? He never possesses someone who has a gun.
I mean, kid show. Peter
Well,
Duncan's
they've
the
gotten away with
closest.
stuff before, so
Yeah. But no, this episode I don't have too much to talk about. It's I like the concept. It's something we haven't seen before. It wasn't like a crazy good episode. And other scenes. This is a B for me.
All right.
All right, Dylan, your turn. Oh wait, unless you have anything to say why you picked it
It's
as an
actually
S.
Fongo's
Oh, sorry. I guess.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we didn't update the numbers.
Sorry, I thought maybe you were. It just happened that you were fourth again. Sorry, that's my bad. All right, Fongo, you go ahead. I'll fix it. It's just y'all two switched around.
Okay, this episode's solid. I don't really have much to say other than my favorite parts were Yumi escaping the vines, and also the triple seppuku.
Escaping the vines.
Continue.
Did
Were
we
they all
watch the same
kill each other?
episode?
She gets out after they take out the tower.
Yeah.
She just walks
Well, yeah,
away
I guess she
down
does.
the alley.
Also, the triple seppuku where they all kill each other.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty
yeah.
intense. How do I forget about that end sequence where Lyoko's like
Yeah.
dissolving around them, and they're like,
This episode's crazy.
and they have to cover with Odd being like, okay, do we go on 3 or after 3? Like,
Yeah.
Odd.
Doesn't matter that I don't really have much to say. A.
Okay. All right, now Dylan, you can share why you pick S.
The episode Sabotage is the perfect example of how absolutely batshit insane Code Lyoko managed to get so much shit past the censors in the US. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be real here. We all know what scene I'm talking about. How did that get past the censors? Is anyone's
France or
question.
The one
France are
where Germany
freaky.
had the one where Germany's room is messed up. No. I'm
Um,
kidding.
I mean, aside from that,
Well,
Dylan, you there?
Huh.
Interesting.
Gross.
What'd you do, Wazy?
Wow.
it's
Very
easy,
funny.
Jesse.
I just thought.
I would
Well,
say you got sabotaged.
All right,
Uh-huh.
Dylan. So two people got sabotaged while talking. Xana's doing. All right, so I guess. I don't know. Let me ping him. Oh my god, you guys.
I think it's 5,000.
Oh, okay. He did. I guess he can hear us. What the heck happened? It's just.
Interesting.
Wazy's just like, huh.
Clearly, it's the same thing happened to Odd. Is that he?
hello?
Okay, I don't know where we lost you exactly.
Does anyone know where?
I don't.
So did you hear me say anything about this episode?
A little
We
bit,
were
yeah.
joking about Santos.
So
Oh yeah, like I talked about how. Okay, so aside from that one scene, I think we have that established. The one scene that somehow should have never gotten past any of the censors, right? That we were there. I think that's where we were.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Aside from that one scene, this episode does a lot of very good and interesting things with the concept of Xana being like, why do I have to delete the sectors? I can just get rid of the computer. And also perfectly illustrates
I just get rid of me.
the Xana never doing the same attack twice despite how effective it was. Which in this case was extremely effective. Xana pretty much almost won, and the only reason he lost was because he didn't do enough damage to the computer. It also uses a very interesting B plot and, fits Jim in as an antagonist well in this episode to exacerbate the conflict and the problems that Xana created from his attack. Also, it has just the sweetest, cutest little scene at the end where Ulrich is tending to Yumi's wounds from the scene that must not be named. So yeah, it's just an easy yes,
God, why did?
Because it bothers you, like mentioning Hornets,
No, well,
or like mentioning the solar system Doisy.
yes, but it's just the way you say you mentioned that last, and then you're like, so yeah, S. it's just like I don't like that. All right.
I thrive on your discomfort, Cam.
Thank you. Oh, hold on a second. J-Man, you can begin, but I'm DMing you. J-Man, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
there.
I'm replying back. I'm just
So I want to make sure
I've been busy.
I hear this. Okay. So, sabotage, huh?
Yep.
It's one of those. This is an okay episode for the most part. It's like, I would say almost everything going down in the school just didn't really interest me plot-wise. Whatchamacall? What else? Even the Xana attack on Lyoko, like the whole thing of like, of him like sabotaging like the supercomputer to where it's like all the Lyoko characters would get glitched out and stuff. One, I have a question for, why does this only affect them and not Xana himself? Or like the rest of Lyoko?
It did affect the monsters.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I have not watched this episode nearly enough. But it also makes you wonder, it's like, wait, if it did affect the monsters, it's like, what was the point of even dishing out that attack? That's like a less effective way to fight.
Essentially, the attack wasn't just to give them glitches. Like, if Jeremy hadn't fixed the computer, he basically said, like, the supercomputer's data was dying, and it was basically on its way to just being dead completely. And he was kind of rushing against the clock to try and fix it. Like, Aelita gave them more time, and then Jeremy came in and fixed it properly. And yeah, so if the attack was to like just get the supercomputer to self-implode and basically be bricked.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the attack. The glitches were just a side effect of that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but what definitely carried the episode was like the Xana attack on Earth, or like the Vine sort of thing. And it's like, yeah, we've already talked like more than enough about like the whole Yumi sort of situation, and I was gonna make a joke in like the live chat, but nah, I just realized a little bit inappropriate. But one thing I will say though is that, hold on, I wanna like take the little screenshot of this first. I hate how as soon as like the Xana attack ends, and of course like let's say Yumi gets out of the vines and shit. I hate how this is the fakes that she makes after being entangled by those vines.
Oh god.
This is not the face of relief.
No, I.
Oh my
Man,
god.
everyone is just
This is the face of I fucking
everyone's
live.
just trolling
bitch.
Cam this right now. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, it's
every time I look at this,
the writers know what they're doing. They're French freaky people.
it's like, yo, when I look at this face, I don't see this as a face of, oh my god, I'm fine. I'm happy that this is finally over. I'm relieved that this is finally over. I get a completely different message altogether. Which I'm not gonna say.
yeah. Let's move on.
Look out.
Yeah.
But whatchamacall?
Okay, yeah, that also works.
That's honestly how I read that face, Rongo.
Fucking live.
Same.
Get your mind out of gutter, son.
Oh boy.
But nah, dude, it's like, but putting into this into a more serious like, these kids are, or especially Yumi, especially like these kids are strong as hell. I don't know how they keep doing this, how they keep having the will of like keep going through this whole Xana sort of rinse and repeat sort of thing. No, I'm saying it's like, how do they not have severe PTSD over something like this, especially Yumi? Like, yo, if that was me, I would have been like, yeah, you know what, guys, I'm done. After that, I'm good. I'm never. I can't. I literally can't sleep through nights anymore because I'm just gonna be afraid that there might be a vine, or let's say my bed like might try and like suffocate me and let's say strangle my neck or something. It's like this was just really crazy to see, man. How
What?
Hmm?
I mean, everyone. I mean, there's been a number of people who have talked about, them having PTSD, but I don't know. Headcanon me says it probably happens off screen.
Mm.
yeah, it probably does, but
We-
again, like it's just crazy to see how much these characters will endure just for the sake of saving the world, and of course Aelita and stuff. But it's like, again, these are just kids at the end of the day. Like I'd buy this a lot more if they were adults, but these are like 14, like what was it, 13 to 14-year-old kids. And it's like, I'm surprised this didn't like shatter the hell out of Yumi's brain. I'll be like, oh my god.
This is
What
why
the
I like
fuck is-
Bonsai's better. Quote from Boss, which is a requote from the show, but I had to mention it.
But yeah, as for the rest of the episode, it was okay. Like, aside from the whole like Vine sort of thing, not too much strikes out for me. This was one like I would only like watch for like certain scenes, some of which you already know, and
It's
other than that, I wouldn't
bro.
rewatch.
Are you digging your grave here?
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't like rewatch this episode in full, so it's probably gets like a B for me. It's entertaining for what it was, but it's not necessarily the most exciting thing ever.
I gave it an A. Do I regret my decision now?
You gave it a B, you say?
Yeah.
No, I gave. Oh yeah.
Colton said A and J-Man said B.
I like how the other day we were like, temporary insanity is going to take us hours.
Yeah, I
It took
hate
us
myself.
30 minutes.
I think it's we're all struggling to remember this episode for some reason, and we're like,
Because we've wiped it from our memories.
Yeah, and then I have to remember it.
it's not as, I guess it's not as memorable. I don't think it's bad though. I think part of the issue is that it's surrounded by pretty banger episodes like Temporary Insanity and Nobody in Particular.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the
Like-
concept. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say like Contact, I think had the same issue.
I just don't think like this episode and like concept is nearly as interesting. It's like, hey, what are we gonna do different here? Hey, we're gonna make all of like the Lyoko characters, whether it be Xana or some of like, let's say the environments glitch up a bit, and that's gonna give them like some sort of like different like enemy to fight, or like some different like conflict to go through. We're just gonna make things glitch up. And it's like, it's not. It's just as Flower said, it's not as creative or as interesting as the episodes prior to this one. So that's why I say I put it into B category.
I don't think the issue is the concept. I think the issue is in the execution. I actually think they're they could have done a better job with this idea of Lyoko is falling apart because Xana sabotaged the supercomputer. But I also get budget and like writing around that, like writing a whole episode where that's the focus and that's the conflict. Like they did a decent job here. That's why I ranked it as A and not lower. But I do think it's a solid concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's solid.
It'd be like you could have temporary insanity where instead of them freaking out in front of like the whole play, they have it like in the classroom, but then like when they start freaking out, instead of going to the hospital, they just get sent to the principal's office and then they get lost. And it's like it's a cool concept but poor execution. That's why I'd argue this is actually a really good concept like of sabotage. It's just not it's executed decently. It's just not executed to its full potential.
But I will say this though, it's like episodes like this remind me why I really appreciate this show, because it is willing to, let's say, step the line over its target age demographic to nail in like the dark and edgy themes that make this show as memorable as it is. You know, like if they want to like, let's say, go a little bit heavier in terms of like, let's say, the Xana attacks to make Xana itself feel a lot more threatening. I like the fact that it does go as far as it does, especially in this episode, to showcase those themes, to make Xana as threatening as he is. It's just that, it's teetering on the rated M scale just a little bit, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Just a B.
Wazy.
Okay. For one, I really like that Xana's attack in this episode is that he resets Lyoko to before the day one patch. But what's it? No, I think that this episode it's alright. I do enjoy the glitching out on Lyoko. I think that's fun for everything that it is. I especially like black and white Ulrich fencing with, I believe it's a tarantula. I think that's funny. What's it? I do like the dorm inspection stuff with Jeremy and Jim. I think it's a fun dynamic to play around with. Like, they get some there are better Jeremy and Jim scenes, but this one's all right. And then, of course, we have the dreaded Vine scene, and it is what it is. It got past censors, and it's something all right. But yeah, I don't know. I guess this episode is pretty all right. I give it a solid B as well. So yeah.
B for based. Okay, Wazy.
No, not at all.
Nah, you already agreed with me.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
All right, so that's it. Give me a second.
It didn't take too long, did it?
Shut up. All right, so sabotage. Sabotage, 3 A's, 3 B's, and an S. That's not gonna be an S. I guess the highest it would be A minus. No, or mid A. 3 B's, 3 A's, 1 S.
God. As much as I hate to admit it, that teeters it towards an A.
Mm-hmm.
I'd argue that 1 S rank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it would be a tie from. So it's definitely somewhere in the A, because there's 3 B's. I think it's that, man, 1 S and 3 B's. It's like, where does that linger towards to more? I want to say probably A minus.
An A or an A minus, yeah.
So with the episodes we have in A right now, The Secret, Aelita, False Lead, and Fuck. What is it? What's 54? Damn, what's episode 54? Lyoko -1, I think. Okay, so
Yeah, it is Ryuko -1.
who left? Oh, Frongo.
Uh,
Okay. So I guess. I mean, I can agree that if we put it in A somewhere, that it would be behind. If it's A- to mid A. I don't think we're putting it in front of False Lead, right? I need some
I refuse.
I need some opinions. Yeah. I'm not hearing any. Well, then I guess I will just put it
It
here.
is behind Straight to Heart.
Yeah.
Wait. Behind Straight to Heart.
54, right? Oh no, wait. 54
No,
minus
it's not
1.
Lyoko -1. Yeah.
Sorry. Behind Lyoko -1.
Okay. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there we go. Alright, we still have an hour left, so let's see if we can get through 2 episodes in that time.
I think nobody in particular is going to be too big a discussion.
How long?
We'll see. We have an hour. We have a little over an hour and 10 minutes from when we
Okay.
started the stream. So, nobody in particular. So we'll just give us 2 minutes, everybody, to randomize our names.
I gotta adjust the list because Momo and
Yeah.
Frongo left. Here's the screenshot so you don't call me out for being rigged.
How do you know? How do we know that you didn't just
No way,
roll it
I'm
multiple
last.
times?
Lazy, I'm so
See,
sad.
Okay.
See,
You're
Flower,
number 5,
you didn't have
Flower.
to rig it. Now it's correct.
Wazy's so
Honestly,
Wazy.
no,
What's
hold
Flower
on.
have against
Flower,
Wazy today?
Can we roll it again? This feels rigged.
No,
I think you
man.
Yeah,
intentionally
right.
designed it as number 1, so we need to re-roll it.
You don't have to do it, Flower. Come on. Gamers are salty, bro.
The list is final. Sorry, Wazy. I don't know what you did to Flower today, but it's...
What?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh shit! I hit 4,000 followers. No way.
Oh, nice. Congratulations, man.
Holy crap!
Nice.
That's the first milestone I've hit in years. Dang, dude.
Nice.
There you go. The Koyoko is coming back, right? It's
Maybe.
Oh my god.
maybe.
Perhaps.
We'll say that discussion next
That's
week.
next week's discussion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but it won't be live.
Spoilers.
But it won't be live. Sorry, guys. We'll talk about that after we're done
Oh,
with the
what?
stream.
Oh, okay. Well, then, I'm not surprised it's not live, because if we spoil something, then,
What do they know?
they're gonna, like, you're gonna get copyrighted.
Totally Lyoko is back for some reason because I guess people like this show. I guess people
For some
like
reason.
garbage. That's weird. I mean, even if you were to reboot the show and make it better, that would just be clean garbage. So, and I don't understand why you'd clean your trash. I'm sorry, God.
Because Wazy, what's the point in having trash if
Ooh.
No.
Exactly.
You know, J-Man, I'm disappointed you used the wrong number 1 reference.
You should be proud that I used the right one. What are you talking about?
All right, let's begin. Hit it, Jay.
Everybody
Nobody in
knows this is.
particular,
Oh,
right?
that.
We are
Oh, that's
number
what
one.
you meant. That's what you meant. Okay. We
Everybody
are number
knows.
one. Well. Okay. Anyways,
As much as I hated the show because my sister watched.
I hated
All
that
right, no
meme.
more bad takes, people.
Hey.
Anyway, nobody in particular, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yo,
Yeah.
this episode was really, really fun. Like, I liked it, man. It's like, yo, it gave me. Hold on. Yeah, it gave me a lot of what I wanted to see more of with like season 2 and a little bit of season 1, to where it's like you see a lot more like internal conflicts with the characters and stuff. Because in my mind, the whole thing of like, hey, Jeremy needed somebody to, let's say, experiment, like, say, as a volunteer, to see if they can like virtualize, the characters in Sector 5 finally, without having to use like the transportation and stuff. And of course, it's understandable they need something like that and stuff. And the idea that Jeremy makes this mistakes to where like he accidentally, uh, completely, like, let's say, removes Ulrich off of like the computer, like in general and stuff, thinking that like he completely, like, let's say, made him disappear. That was tough, man. That was tough. And when Yumi flipped out on him, like on the bridge and stuff, it's like I felt that. Like I felt the anger and stuff, and it's like it completely felt justified. Because some people might say, hey, it's like if Jeremy knew that something bad like that would happen to Ulrich, he wouldn't have done it. Like it's one of those things to where it's like emotions like that are understandable from like an age point of view, especially since Yumi loved him and stuff. Yumi really liked him, and it's like the fact that like he's just like gone with the snap of a finger. Not no
Thanos.
Thanos pun related and stuff like that. That was really tough to see. And I also and this is something that they didn't even have to do, but I'm glad that they did it for Odd's character and stuff. Is that once he came back to the dorm, he saw Kiwi on Ulrich's bed, and he knows how much Ulrich hates it when Kiwi's on his bed, peeing and stuff. And then Odd just flipped out on Kiwi, said, "You better get off of there," and stuff. And it's like, that was good characterization. Like, that was good writing. I love that part right there. It's like them honestly believing that Ulrich was gone. It was just a really, really well done scene. So, like, they definitely, like, knocked it out of the park there. But, what you want to call? The rest of the episode, when of course Ulrich comes back, he's invisible, excuse me, he was like a ghost who could possess people and stuff. They really made a fun, like, let's say, side plot to where Ulrich was like, what was it, having like issues with his grades academically, and was he gonna be what was it? Was he gonna like be repeated, or is he gonna be left back one grade? I forgot what it was.
He would have been put in remedial.
Yeah, yeah. So I really like the whole thing to where it's like he temporarily like possessed Jim to sort of like, let's say, convince Mrs. Hertz to not do that and stuff. And I thought that was really, really cool. It was really, really funny, really entertaining. And I feel like they really made this is one of those episodes to where it's like they did a perfectly good balance of entertainment with both the main plot and the side plot and stuff. And it just really comes well together. Stuff like this is what I really, really appreciate the show for. And overall, and yo, I really, we rarely see, when it comes to polymorphic specters, or let's say like one of the characters possessed on Lyoko and stuff, we rarely ever see Ulrich having like, let's say, a specter that the characters are like, say, trying to chase or trying to run away from and stuff, or having like that be the conflict. And I'm glad we saw that in this episode, because it makes me wonder, Ulrich technically is the best fighter. You can arguably is the best fighter on Lyoko, so I was wondering, how would any one of the characters individually do against a Xanified version of Ulrich on Lyoko? Because
Well,
Ulrich's
Yumi
got
would
super...
be a goner.
Of course, it would not be code Lyoko if Yumi survives this. But anyway, but
Right.
what you call Ulrich has super sprint, excuse me. He has
Super
triangulate.
spit.
Oh my god, I can't even talk today. I need water. Anyway, he's got super sprint. He's got triangulate. His abilities are insane on ground. Like I don't see what any of the other Lyoko warriors has on them, unless like, let's say Odd is like a really good shot that day. Like they would have to actively work together, in my opinion, to be able to defeat a Xanified version of Ulrich and stuff. So I really wish they took advantage of something like that more in this episode or in future episodes at all. But overall, man, this episode was fun. like I just really love the internal conflict between the friend group in the beginning of this episode. You know, where Jeremy made that mistake and stuff, and it just made me wonder if Jeremy really needed like a volunteer or at least like some sort of person to, let's say, experiments to see if they can get to Sector 5 and stuff. What happened to just using an animal or a guinea pig? Kind of like in Xana Awakens, to where Odd was going to virtualize Kiwi into Lyoko and stuff. Why can't he just do something like that again? It doesn't have to be Kiwi this time, but you'll just say like you find a rat, find an animal like in the forest, down the street, or literally anywhere to like try this sort of thing on, because obviously he doesn't know how the process of like the virtualization process like is going to be when it comes to Sector 5, because he's never done it before. So if I was him, I wouldn't even tried it on a human. I wouldn't have tried it. I would have just found some kind of animal to do it first. But you know, I guess he was really sure that he would get it, but things like that happen. But like, yeah, this episode is like, I think I would put it on an S tier. Like, it was really, really good, man. I liked it. Yeah, S tier.
All right. Yeah, I could agree with a lot of things Jay said. I thought it was a very entertaining episode throughout. Another interesting concept. With him being split from his body, and I feel like this is a little bit of a foreshadow with the Xana's plan in this one. When we get to final round, but and this is the second time we see some kind of evil Auric. I can't remember if did the possessed Auric or the body, it didn't look different, right? It was still the same, right?
Yeah,
it was still the same.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
had Xana eyes
Same.
before
Yeah.
it.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure. That'd be weird if it was different, unless Santa likes to have a signature for every time he does it. But yeah, that part was really cool. Seeing seeing them fight pretty much Auric, even though it's not really him. I like the funniness though in the beginning when Auric's trying to talk to Jeremy or anyone and can't get anything until he somehow, I forgot how he accidentally goes into Kiwi, but that shit's funny. The way Kiwi talks to them and just throws them off so much. And then of course
really played with that concept so well. Yeah. Go ahead.
And of course the whole possessing gem is the best part of this episode, I think, next to obviously fighting Auric's body.
Yep.
I think it's a lot of fun seeing this, seeing how it goes down, and him being the scene where Jim's talking to himself in the mirror before he possesses him, and then Auric continues with it. He's like, "Yeah, you're a good-looking guy." It was so funny.
Yeah, it was a really well done episode, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
my kind
a
of episode.
lot. Yeah, there's not. I have, and like it's pretty like. There's not a lot to say for me unless I remember something else throughout the other shares. But like it's pretty. I just pretty much pointed out all the main things that come into my head. And everything was fun about this episode. But I'll give it a A. I'll give it an A. Who's number 3? Ooh, wait. Oh yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. Colton's next?
No, Dylan.
Okay, got you. Wow, I don't know how I heard Colton. All right, Dylan, you're next.
It can be next.
Nobody in particular. Aside from me being incorrect about the specifics and that it is remedial, not being held back. Yeah, I mean, we've already seen what a Xana Ulrich can do, but you know, this episode has a interesting take of we get to see everyone else fight Xana Ulrich.
Yeah.
Getting the laser sword beam, pretty neat. You know, this is an S. I don't know. I didn't really have too much to say about that.
Okay, all right.
Alright, Colton, you're up.
Oh, okay. please allow me to collect my thoughts. Okay, so nobody in particular.
Yeah.
I do like the attack. I do think that it's quite interesting. I probably said that like 50 times now, but usually every attack that Zan does is interesting, unless it's the food monster.
No, that was lit. Get out of here. I'm just
It's
kidding.
bullshit. It was. So Ulrich disappearing and everyone really sad and angry about it. It's a pretty powerful scene. There's one part in this episode where you have Yumi crying over it. And she's holding something. I don't remember what it was. I gotta find
I
out.
can't think of it.
It's
Sorry, what are
a
you
soda
referring
can.
to? Oh, the soda can. Yes, the soda can.
Yeah.
Well, oh, why did I think it was something else then? What's the deal with that then? I think it was
Yeah,
probably
so-
something to do with
Or
earlier.
jokingly gave it to Odd because he drew the shortest string bean for the experiment. He's like, just in case I don't come back, even though none of them thought that would happen. And Odd's like, oh no, I'm gonna give this to Yumi. And then it becomes like an ironic joke because something bad does happen to Ulrich.
That's so sad. So yeah, so this
Yeah.
so this Xana attack is quite interesting, and it goes from a serious mood at the beginning to very funny and in the other parts of the episode, where you have like Ulrich is a ghost and he no quips through the door. That's kind of funny. Where he takes over Kiwi. That's really weird seeing Kiwi. This really weird seeing someone else taking over someone else besides Xana. Although I guess you could technically count when you mean Odd switch bodies, perhaps, but other than that. You have the side plot where where Ulrich is supposed to be held back, and so he takes control of Jim, which I think is hilarious. So overall, the and then everyone goes to Ryoko and tries to stop wait, hold on, man. I might be missing something when they go to Ryoko, actually.
They're going to Lyoko because Ulrich's body gets possessed by Xana, and then Xana uses Ulrich's body to try and take out the core of Lyoko.
That's pretty sick.
Yes.
But why do I? Yeah, it is, but I don't know. That's kind of weird as well because you see like Xana take control of other people's bodies and he doesn't really do that. Like Ilia, for instance, where I don't know. The closest thing that reminds me is Yumi in with the Guardian, but that was something totally different that went down there. So yeah, overall, this episode's pretty darn good. I think A+. You have the very serious stuff, but then you have the very funny stuff, and then overall everything becomes fine and dandy at the end. So overall, this episode, it has a lot of emotions tied with it. Yeah, A+.
Oh shoot, it's my turn.
Sorry, it didn't take that long.
She just
No,
cussed.
it's fine. You guys
No, I
went
really appreciate it.
fast for-
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like I have a lot to say.
I just really went for my memories. Sorry. Go ahead.
Part of me wishes, because the first act of this episode is so good. You have Ulrich's down on his luck, and he gets the shortest string bean, and then he goes to be the guinea pig, and it goes wrong, and you get to see like something that I think the show hints could happen, but doesn't because it's a kid show. But then they actually have the guts to go through with it, at least for a little bit of like, yeah, we did a test, and then Ulrich just suddenly disappears, and everyone's like, the F, Jeremy.
And Jeremy's like, it's not the first time someone's died. We can get him back. Don't worry.
Like, and the show even takes the time to linger on that pain, that sudden, like, man, Yumi crying over the can, Odd yelling at Kiwi, and then forgiving him. It's really, really good. But
I will mention real quick is that yes the reason why I mentioned what she was holding, I thought that she was holding the I remember Ulrich in one of the Oreo episodes gives Yumi a rose, and I figured that that's what she was holding, and that's why I was confused about
that would
the
be a
can
fun
because I figured
throwback,
something
but
else.
I
Yeah.
kind of like the can. I kind of like the idea that Yumi actually kept the can, and I don't know if she just had it on her, just as a luck charm, and then now it's just like I still like to believe she still has that can somewhere. Maybe she's put like roses in it or something. Haruki thinks it's weird, and she won't answer questions.
You know,
But
Rookie's like,
I
can I drink that? Can I have that? And then he drinks it and just, yeah, it's been sitting there for a couple years. I
it's
wouldn't drink
probably
that if I
empty
were
by
you.
the time she has it, like, or drink most of it.
Yumi and Ulrich are in Yumi and Ulrich are about to start are packing to move into their first house together. And Ulrich finds the can. He's like, "Is this what I think it is, Yumi?" And she's like, yeah."
I honestly think Oric doesn't even remember, like, because he did it as a joke, and then he got caught up in, oh yeah, I was like a ghost for a little bit. Weird. And then he's like, what's the can for? And then Yumi gets so mad at him for not remembering.
You remember this? It's when you, is when we thought you died. That one time.
And then you have Oric coming back as like a mind without a body, and it's such an insane concept because normally the show is so grounded. Like, yes, it has supernatural themes, but it never just straight up supernatural. No, Oric's mind is separate from his body, and that just means he's like an invisible specter. It's and he can possess people apparently, which is so wild. Part of me wishes that the whole first act of this episode was the whole episode, where it's just them worrying about where Ulrich is, while Ulrich in his like human body, like, or in his mind, just as a ghost, missing his human body. Oh no, ways he came back. Yes. I kind of wish that whole arc was the whole episode, just because I don't know. I really liked it a lot, and but then it shifts. And I'm not gonna say, it's the second part of this episode is bad. It's good, but part of me wishes that it was, instead of Oric just being like, "Okay, cool, I convinced you guys I'm not dead, and now I'm gonna go possess my gym teacher to not be put in remedial." Okay, bye.
What a twist!
Like, the conflict with Hertz, I guess I'll talk about objectively. It is a very moving moment where like Auric as Jim has to fight against Hertz, who is just so determined to get Auric out of her classroom, and like he tries to appeal to her, he appeals to emotions. His whole speech really good. um
I, I thought you were gonna say, Mrs. Hurst one. Instead of saying classroom, I thought wife was gonna be said. Like Miss Hurst wants to get Orca out of her wife.
oh
That would make sense, but she ain't. I don't know. They seem to be that evil. Who knows?
in terms
If
of like, sorry, what were you gonna say, Waze?
if you played Quest for Infinity, she wants to get all the students out of her life. But anyway,
With your beady little eyes.
See you, B.U.O. Oz. Sorry.
I have
Mm,
somewhere. I'll dig it up later. Um,
yeah.
I'll turn that into a soundboard. Actually, that's a dangerous.
Actually,
Oh my
oh,
god,
one more thing.
yes.
Not right now. Maybe later. But
It's
anyway, in terms of the
okay.
implications, this is again just does feel like Caddick is weirdly not in line with the students' interests, because it's like, why is Hertz trying to get rid of Ulrich specifically when we have people like Odd, who all the teachers think is lazy as the day is long and his grades aren't much better, but he's not getting talked about remedial. We know Nicholas Polyakov, who also gets called out for like doing badly on that test. He doesn't get put in remedial either. It's Ulrich is the one that's up to like get chucked to remedial.
I mean, it is quite obvious that Mrs. Hertz has a thing against Ulrich in particular.
But why?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Like, yo, remember in one of the past
Ulrich in
episodes?
particular,
I'm
nobody
not
in
saying it's
particular.
justified in any way.
No, there was like a past episode with the whole return to the past, like sort of a conflict thing, to where Mrs. Hart said Odd was like the biggest failure in her class.
She's honestly just very mean to the students in general, which is not something I've really picked up on until Jory started joining these
What?
spoiler
Well, she
streams.
used to be a soldier, don't you know? Okay.
Listen, Chronicles isn't canon.
I know it isn't, but
It's canon if you ask a certain section of the fandom who understands absolutely nothing.
it's canon if I feel like it on this certain day.
It's canon because the vibes say so.
Oh, jeez.
Ross is right. She's still mad at him for melting the biology equipment.
My God, this is a punishment you'll never forget. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like he's not even that disruptive in class, like, because Odd's like the worst, and Sissy's pretty bad too, and like Oric's pretty quiet. So really, and he got a D minus, which is like, she's like, oh no, you didn't try at all, but like also a D minus on a test that's like implied to not be multiple choice, which means he had to have picked up something. So like that's not failing. It's not good, but it's not like, oh, you're failing, you need to get to remedial so you have a chance at passing. Like, I don't know. And the only reason, and she didn't buy into the appeal when Jim's just like, okay, but Oric's got a rough, he's got things going on, he's struggling, he promised me he'd straighten out. And then all the other teachers are like, oh man, you know what, I remember when I was a kid, you're right, Jim, we should give him a second chance. And Hertz is like, no, absolutely not, no way. And the only reason she gives in is because like Ulrich as Jim promised her tango lessons, which she doesn't get. And part of me is like, okay, you kind of deserve it, because like, holy, you really went after Ulrich in particular. I don't know. I had to go on my little rant here. Do I hate the episode for it? Absolutely not. I think this is, I'm torn between A and S. It's a good episode. I'm kind of mourning over the loss of potential. I still kind of want an episode that explored more of like the implications of Ulrich being a ghost and like them wondering where he is, instead of it turning into like, okay, Ulrich's gonna use this crazy scenario to save his spot in class. I like that part, but I don't like it as much as the first act. So I'm gonna go with A plus. It is a pretty good episode, but I think there's a couple things that hold it back for me.
Oh, right.
It's Waze's turn.
I am
Yeah.
glad that you cared so much about Wesley returning. You sounded so excited, and I just wanted to say, Wesley, is that we all cried when you left. we felt like it was in spirit of the episode we were
I
talking about.
appreciate it. Yeah. I went to Sector 5 and I didn't return. It was quite sad. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
we
My
had to-
Spectre is here.
Yeah, Wazy was a distant memory.
Oh, that's not the episode we're on. But
Right, because it's in the past.
exactly. But oh my god. No, what's it? This episode, nobody in particular. It's a pretty good one. What's it? I enjoy the conflict between the Lyoko warriors in this one, and how Everybody has to deal with Ulrich being gone. They're really mad at Jeremy. I think that's a fun conflict. Cam, you good?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that
Yeah.
picked up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Damn, I'm surprised
Okay,
that.
I'm like,
Cam's having
yeah.
a moment, guys.
No, I'm surprised that sigh got picked up. It wasn't even really a sigh. It was just exhaling.
Please.
I was say.
I'm
Hope you
good
don't think
again.
Lazy's boring or anything.
No, oh my god!
he
As soon as he
absolutely
starts
does.
to
Just
share that I
one
do
day.
that, that's my bad. I'm just like, great as he's talking.
I thought
No,
you were
continue.
bored for years.
Can't believe this.
I never admitted it to you until now. Why not? Because we both
All-
like Peter Duncan.
all these years later, and like, I mean, Cam, come on. Oh, but for real? What's it? It's a good episode. I love the conflict between the Lyoko warriors about like Ulrich and everyone being missing. Sorry, not everyone, but him being missing. Everybody being really mad at Jeremy. That's fun. I think that the scene where everybody is mourning him because they believe he's gone is really good too. Aelita has her moment where she just gets into the bed. Yumi is looking at the can. She's crying. Odd has, of course, the moment with Kiwi that you get off of this bed because, like, that's.
Oh my
what
god! I was
Ulrich
just about to
would've
share
wanted.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Yeah, I was about to post that. This is where we get that screenshot of Kiwi.
oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh my god.
Oh, I thought that's what you brought up with the Kiwi.
You're
part.
right. Oh my god. This meme. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, no, it does the comedy really well. It does the sadness of it all really well. I love when they figure out what happened to Ulrich and they
Lost you.
Pray for my man
he-
Lazy's
Oh,
connection.
he's back.
He's what? Sorry. I am so sorry.
It's okay. You
been
cut off for like 3 seconds.
Where did you?
Don't remember what the last
Exactly.
thing
Oh,
you
God damn it.
said.
Shoot.
I would say
love the
continue
comedy.
anyway. Yeah.
Just like the last 10
I love
seconds,
the
I
comedy
guess.
of it. I love when they call Yumi and she's like, "Oh, that's great. He's back. He's where?" Like, I think that's fun. Shoot, the academic review stuff is interesting. I think Voss brings up a decent point that like while what Hertz is doing does suck, it's clear that Ulrich as a student is struggling and she's trying to put him in a class where she feels he will be better. And the conflict, at least on the Lyoko Warriors side, is that they really don't want him to leave their class. It's like the thing with Odd at the beginning of the season. Now, I do agree that there are other students that are struggling and should be considered for ninth grade remedial, but at least that's the way I feel. But yeah.
I talked to Voss about that in the comments, and he does bring up a point. It just rubs me the wrong way that it's very clear this isn't Hertz being like, okay, I understand you're struggling. I think we need to put you in a class that's more your speed so you can be better. This is, you are a worthless student. You don't belong in my classroom. You said you're going to get better, but you haven't. You're clearly lazy, and you're not going to apply yourself. We're hoping if we kick you to remedial, you might pass. It's like,
That's fair
the
too.
mindset. That's the mindset all these teachers have. This isn't to help Ulrich. This is to like kick. It feels like a punishment. It's more.
That's
you
fair
don't
too.
deserve to be in this class because you're not applying yourself, and it's such a horrible mindset to have, especially with any student that's struggling. Are there students that don't try? Yes. Odd read me the wrong way too when they call him lazy as the day is long, even though I'm just like, okay, but I mentioned in the members chat earlier, which the live chat can't see, but like he's active in the school community, he's active in the school drama club, he's active in the filmography club. It's very clear he is not being lazy, he's just not motivated when it comes to work. I don't know.
And that's fair.
I really
that's
wish
fair.
Jory was here for this episode because
Yeah,
I think
he
he had
would
a lot
have.
of interesting things to say about like
Mhm.
how this reflects on the whole staff.
Yeah.
With that said, what's it? Well, enough. Oh shoot. Okay. The stuff with Jim is really funny. What's it? I think that it's fun that the whole speech about you remember when you were young once saying the teachers are all crying. I think that's funny, especially since Hertz isn't, and I think that I like to
She was
joke
never
that
young to
she
begin with.
young, yeah, exactly. She came out of the womb an adult, ready to work and everything, and I think that's funny. Um, God, it's just it's a really good episode. It's a lot of fun. I give it a solid A. Yeah.
All right. Back to the tier.
Wow.
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 Okay. So we have 2 S's, 2 A pluses, and 2 A's. That's what high.
An S, right?
I'm gonna say low S or high A plus. What?
I would say low S.
Because you have
I'd
2
say-
S's out of 4 A's though is also a thing.
I think it's. I personally argue high A. Not because of my own ranking.
I know. I just thought that was a little funny.
Yeah.
I just chuckled there.
I know. But because what's it?
Because we
I feel
had.
like 4. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we had that other episode where it was like, what, 2 B's and 2 S's or something like that, and it became
Yeah.
it became a
Pain in the ass.
something. I think that one was sabotage. Yeah. So
Then-
there's no B's in here. We have
Okay.
2 S's and 2 A plus and 2 A's. So
if the A pluses, hold on. Okay. If the A pluses are making it an issue, what if we ask Flower and Colton to reevaluate for an A or an S?
Bruh.
Would that? Yeah.
I'm also thinking A, so like I think this
Okay.
would belong in A, not S.
because I know
All
S's
right.
are S's
All
are
right, just
stronger. Listen,
Just
listen.
put it at the top of A tier, and
Okay,
we'll call
okay.
Yo,
it.
Colton, be the tiebreaker.
What for?
I
What?
mean, tiebreaker.
You put A plus.
Oh.
Are we really
Nah,
gonna
that's
say
why-
that this is better than The Secret though?
Yeah. I was just like I'm just going with
Yeah.
past. I'm just going with
I
past
think
rating.
it's
I'm
better than Secret.
yeah.
Just put it at
Shut
the
up.
top of A. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I'm just going by past rankings with how many S's we had, how many A's we had. I know S's are
Screw
above.
that.
I know S's are. I know S's are obviously the toppest tier, but it's like one S doesn't make everything like go towards a certain tier. You know what I mean?
I always thought the plus and minus
A-
was more for like within like once it's in that rank, it helps determine
Yeah.
where the rank it should go, not like
Yeah.
where it gets.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So above, if I can get it to do it, above, all the way in front of A.
Of The Secret,
I thought. Sorry, I thought that's what I heard.
Dylan kept pushing for on the top of
Okay.
A, but I don't know if I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Okay, there. How about that?
I'd put it below The Secret, yeah.
Okay, I can
In
agree.
between The Secret and
And Aelita?
Aelita?
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I can live with behind Ileto too. No, actually, I'm okay where it's at. I don't know. False Lead is also there. It's just like it's
Yeah,
we're
False
just,
Lead should be in S tier. Okay.
yeah. All right, so I guess that's where it's gonna be for now. I know, it definitely should. And the secret, in my opinion. But anyways, we have 30 minutes. Triple Trouble. How do we feel? Because I don't think that's a episode that should last long. Because
I don't think so either.
if we should just, we have 30 minutes of stream. I guess we should just do it, and maybe it'll last. Maybe the stream is 10 extra minutes long. I don't know. That's fine.
Alright, let me randomize.
Yeah. Because then, when we come back in 2 weeks for the last stream of season 3, we will knock out Double Trouble.
I'm just gonna keep the number the same.
Final round will take most of that. Would make most of that stream. So.
Key dokie.
I don't even know if I have much to say about final round.
Are
Really?
you kidding?
We'll see about that.
Oh,
We'll see about that. We'll just see.
I mean,
I'm
I
going
say
second
that now,
twice, one
but that's
time.
also before people start dropping their hot takes that are bad. You know.
Yeah. there's gonna be so much discussion from everybody. I just know it.
Yeah.
Like, imagine someone coming in here and being like, "It could have happened to anyone." I'm gonna have to dispel that. You know.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You know what? No, we can save that discussion for then. Because I don't want to.
No, we are. I mean, in a couple weeks. Yeah, we will definitely. Because oh my.
Because you and I have been disagreeing on that for at least a year now, right?
Do we
longer.
disagree? I thought we agree. I thought we've agreed that, like, yeah, it could, but it was always going to be William. Like,
Yes and yes.
I mean, yeah, okay, let's leave it at that.
Yeah,
Let's leave it
yep.
at
Yeah, I
that.
think we've had
Oh.
this discussion.
We want to so
Every
bad.
time the round comes up,
Yep.
Really get into it.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna feel so good maybe after that stream.
Yeah.
Just finally talking about it. All right. So okay, Triple Trouble, Colton, are you ready? Because you're going first. J-Man, you're
Am I
last.
ready?
I'm sorry,
I'll
what?
try and,
Game Man's last.
Yeah,
Good.
he's only.
What happened?
Good.
Come
Yeah,
on.
it was only the.
I
Freaking wrecked,
screenshotted it.
nerd.
I'm not rigging it.
I know.
All right.
Back to the
Alright.
bottom you go. At least Swayze's not last this time. He's finally at mid.
That's
Middle.
Boy belongs
Oh,
mid.
someone did it for me already. Nice.
Did I?
All right. I'm going
Was I
hibernation.
5?
Unless-
I might have been 5 last time.
Oh, you were, and I was
Oh.
2 last time as well. Or no, I'm 3 now. Okay.
Yeah, you're 3 now.
All right, Jay. I mean Colton. Damn it.
No,
I
you were
saw
right the
both.
first time.
Change your number.
all right. I keep forgetting to do that.
Oh god, you nice try.
Okay, Triple Trouble. Yeah, so this is the episode where you have the triple odds going down. So obviously Triple Trouble. Haha, funny. This episode's right middle in the road for me.
I smell mid.
I have to remember now. I have to remember is that like the mountain sector is the only one remaining at this point. It was except for also there's sector 5, but really deep. You know.
Mhm.
So if you don't like the mountain sector, deal with it, right? I'm trying to remember why Odd had. Oh yeah, because okay. So yeah, then it does have a nice plot where I love the fact that they did this, where they basically Odd brings up the fact they can. Ilia has the power of creation. Yumi can use telekinesis. Oric's got super sprint. Meanwhile, I had that future flash thing for a couple of episodes. And I ain't got nothing. So Jeremy's like, okay, fine. I'll make you an ability. I'll have you teleport. Okay, well, so apparently he has the power of instant transmission then. So what, if you just grab on the Ilia, boom, we're in the tower already. That'd be some wicked stuff. Of course, the teleportation goes wrong because Jeremy Belpois is actually not the smartest person ever, apparently.
Yeah, everybody knows it's Franz Hopper. Come on, Colton.
Excuse, I thought it was Peter Duncan, actually.
No, Peter Duncan isn't the smartest person because he's a god.
Oh, yeah, so he's the smartest entity. My bad.
Yeah, he's the smartest entity.
Okay. That's
I
the
mean,
difference.
omnipotent beings are by default the smartest because they're omnipotent. But like, or no, omniscient beings are the smartest because they're omniscient. But like, yeah, no.
Okay.
Franz Hopper is
take
the
your word for
smartest
it.
person because Peter Duncan's a god.
Okay. So, anyways, you have free odds. And then Hueri ensues, and problems too, actually. So, you have all the odds getting slapped around by like multiple girls, which I think is kind of funny. The one of the odds is like, what? Why is she mad at me? You know. Um. Then there's the problem with them having disintegration, or at least from what I still saw was them turning into stone. I guess that's disintegration as well, apparently. So all of them was just one odd goes to Ryoko and the other two stay behind, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
And then they go to Ryoko and work out the problem, and that's that pretty much. And then I realize, oh, one is better than three of me. So overall, it's kind of interesting. So I do like the fact that they bring up Odds Feature Flash after so long, and trying to do something about it. Although I think teleportation was way too. Well, that was an overstep, pal. If you did teleportation, there would be no like Koiko. We can go home and finish this now. And I think they know that too. That's why it didn't work out too well. I don't know. It's kind of weird how I wants a superpower, and then he's like, you know what? I'm just not gonna have one because that'd be too much trouble. Really. Um. Yeah. Overall, this episode just seems to be there, with a few exceptions, of course, for me. So I would give it a B.
Cool. Dylan, you have
Would I
any?
give it a? Oh, no,
Hmm?
no, it's not that bad. I want to give it a C. No, B.
Just wait.
Triple Trouble exemplifies the worst of later seasons Odd in how campy and comedic, how much of a comedic joke he is made out to be for a good portion of this episode. And his, so, it's sort of somewhat agreed upon that late season Odd is worse because
Yeah.
he's more of a comedic joke and the clown of the team, without really much substance to it, and at the expense of his character development and self improvement as a character. And this episode kind of exemplifies it with how each of his duplicate personalities is just the epitome of laziness. And this episode doesn't really address any problematic character traits that one would garner from a split personality Odd. Now, not entirely the fault of the episode. The episode is more focused on Odd doesn't need a power to be cool, or to be as good as the other warriors. And in that sense, he does learn that lesson, but there's no meaningful character development garnered out of that changes him as an individual or improves his personality. He's still just the punchline at the end of the day. So, you know, it's a very fun and entertaining episode, but it's like an A minus because it sacrifices a genuinely good plot just to keep the joke running, you know. because it would be really cool if they had done something where Odd getting to see himself twice or 3 times, I guess.
God.
Gives him some introspection, makes him think about, oh, my laziness and unwillingness to do work sometimes and not take things seriously isn't a good trait, and it harms not only the people around me but even myself. We don't get that when this episode really had a very good opportunity to run with it. So, you know, A minus.
Okay, my turn. I really don't care for this filler episode as much. It's all right. I mean, seeing how they get around the smoke is fun to watch. See how they get survive that. Even though this is the third time getting some kind of smoke attack.
Oh, it is a smoke attack. Yeah,
Yeah.
now I remember.
The smoke turns them to stone. You have the gas, the laughing gas, and then the second one was it was just regular smoke or something that you would die to if you were in it too long. But yeah, I really didn't care for this one too much. It's not something I will come back to. You know, I know it has this area. I think this is the first time seeing this area, if I'm not mistaken. Even though I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen.
I think we've seen it before.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend this didn't happen, anyways, because Music to Sue the South Beach is a better episode for it. What else? Let me get the Mega Tank perspective, which is cool, but not enough for me. I don't have a lot to say about this episode. I'm gonna.
I'm so worried we're gonna go over time. Actually, I don't have anything I want to add.
No, I don't. I mean, I didn't watch it, but like I'm remembering. I just know what the main summary for this episode is. You know, 3 odds. The teleportation went wrong, and I just don't care for it. So I'm gonna give this a C that Colton didn't give. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you're like, I don't think it can be a C. I'm like, well, you just wait. So that's my ranking.
Well, you just keep your camera on.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Wazy.
Okay. I think before I give my review, I kind of want to come back to what Dylan was saying about the episode.
Mm-hmm.
While, yes, this episode does offer the opportunity for character development for Odd, you're not wrong about that. I also feel like it doesn't necessarily need to do that.
Oh, I know.
Really, I don't know. Yeah.
But like, it's like I emphasize that the later seasons treat Odd as more of a joke. So when you see an episode like this where there was such a great opportunity, it makes it harder to say it's good, because I'd still gave it an A minus. But like, if this episode had involved actual character development for Odd, it's an easy S, at least in my opinion.
I can agree with it. Yes, it could have. I guess the reason I just don't feel strongly about that is because I feel like what's it? Yeah, sometimes character development happens in the show, but not for the most part it usually doesn't stick because of the semi-episodic nature of the show. But what's it? I guess the reason I don't feel as strongly about this could have been a character development episode for Odd, because I feel like Season 4 has a lot more episodes that could have been that I feel are a lot stronger episodes that could have been that. And like with this one, I'm just like, yeah, it's just trying to be funny.
Season 4?
Oh my god.
Slash
Oh!
Slash.
Oh my god. Anyway. What's it? Oh my god. It's just like, yeah, I don't necessarily think this needed to be a character development piece episode. But with that said, I just wanted to touch on that. But with that said, I do think that this is an okay episode. I think the jokes are really funny. I love Odd coming out of the scanner and being like,
Yeah.
like I think that's funny, like 3 times.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that
because
was funny.
yeah, because you're seeing the
Yeah,
problem,
yeah.
and of course,
That was
yeah.
funny writing.
I believe this is one of the episodes with the good old "say something" joke.
Hmm.
That
I
Code
think
Lyoko
so.
is famous for. Um, what's it? One of the other thing. Oh gosh, I love the subplot with Rosa and them trying to try, and them sweet talking her and trying to get more meals and stuff from her. I think that's funny. It's cool that we get to see a little bit of the city again, and the I believe the same guy that gives Ulrich the lottery ticket. I think that's neat. Um, shoot, what else can be said about this episode? The smoke attack is fun. And I like the idea that what's it? Odd is trying to be more versatile in Lyoko. That's cool. That's fun. It's neat. But with that said, it's also not the greatest episode in the world. I think it's a solid B. So yeah.
Oh, it's
Alrighty.
my turn.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but it got real quiet.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I kind of put stuff in the chat, but Kolyoko just doesn't try to do that flavor of character development where it's like this character learns it like a
Yeah.
lesson. Like that's just not something Kolyoko does. There is character development, but it's usually very broad strokes. Like you'll see differences in the character in one episode compared to like earlier episodes, but it's not like this is not a show about kids learning moral lessons. It is not that kind of show. There
Not
are
Cyber Chase, we're
exceptions
just
throughout the
doing that.
show, but this it's a cool idea. I will argue this episode generally just feels like a tease for the most part. Oh, it's cool. Odd is lamenting, the fact that he doesn't have as many powers, and Jeremy makes him a new power. There's like you get Future Flash teased in front of you, and they're just like, oh yeah, Future Flash is gone because Jeremy thought it was a dumb power. I've read a take once that Jeremy very deliberately deleted Future Flash. It was not a mistake, and I honestly believe that.
Well, I believe it too.
I will defend the removal of Future Flash both in character and out of character. In character, Future Flash causes Odd to freeze up, which has cost him like a life in Lyoko on multiple occasions. We see this in season 1. I think there's only like a handful, like a couple times where it doesn't immediately kill him, and the information he gleans from it is just not usually very useful, other than foreshadowing something that's coming in the later episode. Out of character, as a writer, it sounds cool to play with, but Future Flash as is basically forces you to write the entire episode around it, or it kind of locks you in a certain way, and I can see why the writers decided to ditch it after season 1. But there is a part of me that's just like, Future Flash is my favorite power, and what if it led to other things like psychic or like some sort of prediction power where Odd can see like potential realities and like use that to his advantage. There's cool things you could do with Future Flash if you tweaked it, instead of just using it as it was in season 1, but no, it's teased. Odd getting teleportation, it actually would be pretty cool if he stuck with it. Maybe a little OP. Probably why he didn't keep it is mostly because it would have been too OP. But no, Odd getting that power is cool, even if it is just literally a setup for this 3 odds and that's it. And then you have the 3 odds, and it's funny. I'll grant it that. Odds bickering with each other, like they think they're all cool and then they're not, and they cause mayhem. And there's a lot of fun shenanigans in this episode. Fortunately, this is the episode I only watched like the first half of, so the later half I remember. It's like the. Is this the episode where Orin gets like smashed by a mega tank?
Yeah, he gets rolled up and
Remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
big rip.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember the insanity of like them pulling Stone Odd out. Actually, the Odds versus Jim is very funny, where they're just like, "Hey Jimbo, don't get too familiar with me. Hey Jimbo, hey, don't get too wait." And then he sees an Odd in the lunchroom. Hey Jimbo, and he's like, I don't know what's real anymore. I'm leaving now." No, that's pretty good. Yeah, again, Odd turning down the power. It kind of makes sense for him to be like, Jeremy's not the best. Like, Jeremy's made his mistakes. Literally last episode, Org disappeared forever, or so they thought. So, like, yeah, I kind of can't entirely blame Odd for being like, you know what? We don't need another mishap. I'm good. I don't need teleportation. Which I will defend Odd. He actually is a very capable warrior despite his lack of superpowers. Yes, he has shield and laser arrows and he can jump around. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say before I give the rank. It's a good episode. It teases possibilities that I wish the show enacted on, but it didn't. It's not trying to. I think overall I also put this down as a B. It's a good episode, but it's not like one of like the really good episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it goes to J-Man.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to point out that this didn't have a say something joke in it. I was checking. Just wanted to say that.
Oh, my bad.
But it does. But it is the episode though that has the quickest Yumi devirtualization. So that makes me want to put it at B maybe.
Oh shoot! I gotta post this
Oh
again,
wait, I
guys.
actually changed the plan to S rank.
I gotta post this again. Where is it? This is the same thing I always make fun of.
Yeah.
With my cut. Hold up. It's gonna
Foreshadow.
Oh man, it's taking a while to upload. But yeah, it's my turn, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this one is Triple Trouble, and okay, when it comes to the concept of this episode, it was pretty generic for me, concept-wise. Hey, what if the characters have to deal with clones? I was like, and like from like the surface level, this episode from concept-wise didn't really like gravitate towards me because it's pretty standard for what it was. But I feel like this filler episode, was a little bit more fun. I don't know if I would say a lot more, but it's more of what I wanted from Sabotage. Like, it was a lot interesting now that I have rewatched it. And what I really, really liked is how much it showcased, like, Odd's person. It really did something creative with Odd's personality, because what I did not find myself expecting was me laughing at the whole lunchroom scene, where each Odd was, like, taking a turn getting food and stuff. And, like, I really like the whole fact that the lunch lady has this, like, burning, like, annoyance for Odd because he always takes the most amount of food and stuff. And it's really, really funny when each Odd was coming to the factory and getting food, and one of them and the others were getting less and less and less food, to where, like, the last one, I think, didn't get anything. I like how all three of them were arguing inside of the room, saying, "Oh my god, you're selfish," and stuff. And it's like, it's just really, really funny seeing Odd, like, seeing, like, his own flaws. And he's now realizing, like, yo, wait, I am selfish, because he never saw himself as that before. But I just feel like it's now, like, a funny thing that it had to take him arguing with his own self to realize that he's selfish. Like, I just found that really, really funny. But before I continue, there's a stupid thing in this episode to where I'm like, there's no way this would ever happen. Because, like, after, like, the whole smoke appeared and stuff like that, and, the petrifying smoke, one of the Odds got turned into stone, and all three of them, including the petrified Odd, ended up on top of the building. there's a stupid part that happened that I honestly couldn't stop thinking about. It's gonna upload in a sec. How the hell did Odd make this jump? Do you know how much distance he covered?
Well, he's a Lyoko
Did
warrior.
they
Wow.
throw him? Like
What's
they
what's
boosted
no,
him
even if he
jump.
threw him, there's no way he would
forgot
make
this
this kind of
happened, too.
distance.
He threw it.
Oh,
He didn't jump it.
He threw him like what, a
When I
javelin?
bring-
He's in the Olympics now?
There's a comment
apparently.
fan in that going to Lyoko all the time actually makes the warriors a little stronger than the average human.
I believe it.
I like
I
that.
truly believe it.
I mean,
Guess
there-
more
the
athletic.
episode where the buildings are all sinking. Ulrich yeets a javelin from the main building to the
Oh,
science
I
lab.
think I remember that. Yeah, yeah, they got
It
some
was
mad
like-
skills.
It was a smaller object within weight, though. We're talking about a real human being.
Oh,
But
he's
either
a
way,
killer
man.
Love the
odd. That's
scene.
right. Again, I haven't watched the second half of this episode.
Yeah, this scrawny dude's throwing real life human beings that far, but anyway.
Oh, he threw a human. I thought.
Yeah, he threw it like again, like he threw
his
one of
clone?
the other odds like over there.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the thing that, like the thing that, like the rope or whatever, getting attached to the tree. I thought he threw. I thought you were talking about that.
No, not the rope, because Odd was
Okay.
attached to the end of it. One
Okay,
of the
got
odds was
you.
attached to the end
I got
of
you
it,
now. Okay, yeah, that's some strength. He's svelte.
Exactly. But whatchamacall, for the rest of the episode, like the Xana attack, they're doing the whole smoke thing again from season 1 to where back when I forgot what episode it was, but they dealt with smoke in season 1 to where one of them couldn't stop endlessly coughing. And the difference was with this is that hey, you'll be petrified and turn to stone and stuff. And like it's not the first time they like let's say retweaked like past Xan attacks. They already did the same thing with Plagued and one of the recent episodes with the crows, with the black crows. It's not the first time they did something like that, so it didn't really bother me that they did it again. But yeah, my favorite parts of the episodes, surprisingly enough, was when
It's
all
a boosted
three are-
jump. They don't throw him.
Even then, I still don't
I
buy
watched
this
the
shit.
scene. It's a boosted jump. He
I
runs
still
up to
don't
the
buy
engine
it.
He's not-
and
he's
gets
not
big
flying,
push.
he's
I
felt.
don't buy it. You
Yeah.
see that distance?
That boosted jump still. It's like, I mean, he's throwing. So why do you?
It is more. It's still more plausible than like him
What-
being thrown is.
Why do they even have to throw anyone when they can just? All of them can just zip line down there.
Also,
No,
I think,
because it wasn't there before. Because they had to create the zip line.
I thought
But
maybe they
what's it
still
called?
threw the thing.
I also think the distance he had to jump is a little exaggerated because
Look
they
at all that
didn't,
smoke down there.
because they don't have the angle they want. They want to redraw the entire background plate because this is a reused background plate. They didn't want to redraw it to push the trees a little closer, so it's not so outlandish in concept. So it's just
I almost want to like do the geometry on this to find out the distance he must have had to jump to like do that. But anyway,
And there's also
That's
all
one
that
thing.
smoke down there. Like it's like, I'm a little confused about their scene from because they were on the ground at first, and then they decided to go up and then go back down. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
but whatchamacall, for the rest of the episode, yeah, again, my favorite parts of the episode is just seeing like both of the odds just interact with each other because they really did find a way to play it off with each other very very well. Because one thing that can like let's say that they have to be careful with like characters such as Odd is that he's the comic relief. He makes tons of jokes and stuff, and there could be when it comes to like let's say making that the focus, let's say having like multiple like comedic reliefs on one screen, that in this case being all of them being odds, the one thing they can accidentally run into is the fact that they could just make it annoying, or they could just make Odd just annoying because again there's too many of him around. But I think they really executed well here. They really did play it off very very well here, and that's what I really appreciate this episode for. It really was better than I really expected. And even the Lyoko scenes, there were some pretty cool parts too. It's like Ulrich running like, let's say, along like the walls of like the purple platform and stuff, like that's always a sight. That's always a beautiful sight to see. And hold on. Oh yeah, I posted in the chat, like you know the Yumi getting like killed by the mega tank in the forest sector and stuff. As soon as I saw Yumi getting devirtualized in this episode, I was like, yep, yep.
Yeah, I think the mountain
What?
sector one is the fastest.
Yep. 2 seasons later, and she still hasn't learned her lesson. That's even better.
Yeah, like she had a good the mega tank was in front of her the whole time as she's running. Like, how do you do that? How do you?
She literally let this happen to her twice, man. Like, she is the most spectacular Lyoko warrior ever. You guys should see this, man. Like, you can't get better than that. But anyway, nah, man. Like this episode, I would give it like an A. I was teetering behind like let's say a high B or an A minus, because like plot wise it isn't like incredible. I wouldn't even say it's necessarily great per se, but this was a lot more entertaining in my opinion than Sabotage. So I think I might give it an A minus maybe. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess also like Odd goes through like somewhat of a development, thinking that hey, it's like I may not have like the special powers that like Ulrich, Aelita, and Yumi has, but I can do perfectly fine, or even I can even excel at what I'm doing with what I actually do have. Like I don't necessarily need anything more. It'd be cool to have something more, but I can kick enough ass with all the tools that I have at my current disposal. So I feel like that was pretty cool. So I'd give it an A minus.
Okay. To the list. Well. Okay. Interesting ranks here. 3 B's, a C, and 2 A minuses.
I
Great.
admit, this took way longer than I anticipated.
This one? This
Yeah.
I think this is the quickest one we did all stream. We did that. We did that in
That's
30 minutes actually. We did that in about 30 minutes. I think the other one was probably
Nice.
around the same too. Yeah, because we're exactly at our 3-hour mark now when we first started. So hell
Maybe
yeah.
it's 'cause I went quick.
Okay, so let's see.
Frango made a return.
Yeah, I guess you're watching the stream. I'm assuming. Good man. Okay, so yeah, so I have a. I know I put C. So man. 3 B's. It's definitely gonna be in a B, somewhere in a B. I guess like mid B. Sounds like it's just gonna be a mid B.
And
Wait, hold on.
Higher mid.
Yeah,
Put it
hold
at
on.
high B.
Because there is 2 A minuses, so I mean 3 B's and 2 A minuses, so it's somewhere in the mid of mid. Now, I guess right here. What does everyone think of it being right here? Or
I
where
put
do
it
we-
in all the way in the front.
in the B?
Well,
Wait. No, that's perfectly fine. No, that's perfectly fine. I just realized that the crows one was in front of it. So yeah.
Okay, because you did say here.
Yeah.
Wazy, were you gonna say something?
That's between straight to heart and that's between straight to heart. Yeah.
You in the middle of right here?
Hold on. You currently have it at the end.
I had it at the end of B, yeah. Let's see. If I move on to B, I think it'd still be B. So I think right here, right? And then I think dead middle. Yeah, I think right here. Sounds good, right, guys?
No shoot.
It's gonna be between Straight to
Yeah.
Heart and Pretender. Okay. We did it. We did.
Yeah.
We Did 4 episodes today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Woo.
We haven't done that in a while. And I was surprised that we were able to
We
do a
had,
4th
we had
one.
more to talk about with a lot of the season 2 and 3 episodes.
Yeah, definitely season 2. That's for sure.
Also, we just stopped summarizing.
Yes, that's
the
entirety
also a
of the
thing.
episodes, yeah.
We just need the
This
highlights.
stream was better than last week's stream. I would say even last year. God, why do I keep saying last year? Last week's stream was
Might
good.
as well last year with
I
how
kn-
long it took for us to get back to you.
Yes, that's true.
Wait a minute, it was last year, wasn't it?
Well, not a full year, but it was late November. It was the stream before last week.
Okay, well you're not wrong then.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
Yeah, not exactly. And then so, let me see. So so there will not be a tier stream next Saturday. We're gonna be recording other content. So
Does it involve Koyoko?
yeah, of course it involves. Yeah, it's Koyoko content. It's
No, we're actually gonna go and do a deep dive on Linkers. Secret
yeah, I was gonna say
Party.
surprise upload. Oh
Do
man.
that too.
So yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on in the Koyoko community, and I was already planning on doing new Koyoko content videos anyways, and then this just works out. So, and that's what we're gonna be doing instead next Saturday, and then the Saturday after that, we will finish season 3 with Double Trouble and final round. Juicy stuff. That'll be the 11th.
Oh boy.
Wait, May 11th. We'll have to see. That's a busy weekend for me now, just thinking about it. But we'll have to see what happens. I have a brother's graduation on on the 10th, that Friday. The 11th is my brother's birthday. Dude, literally, the 10th is my brother's college graduation. The 11th would be one of my brother's birthday, and the 12th is Mother's Day. So that's we'll see what happens. We'll see what my schedule is that weekend. Yeah, and then you have my mom's birthday later this month. It's just like crazy. But yeah, that's the plans for the next couple weeks. If it changes, I'll let people know, of course. But that's it for the stream. So everybody in the stream, thank you for joining. Everyone in the VC, thank you for joining. This was a good one. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till next time, guys.
Keep calm and deactivate the tower. Deactivated.
Yeah, I like that one better. See ya.